Welcome to The Recipe, where we start off with a tasty cocktail and lead into a tasty conversation. Today we're covering tiki drinks with Lex and Marvel Phase 4 Comic-Con reactions and first thoughts. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at The Recipe Boys, boys being spelled B-O-Y-Z. Reach out with any questions or comments on upcoming episodes or topics you would like to hear. And don't forget to check this episode description for more info, like links to our website. Now, into the episode. Enjoy.
Holy shit, we're rolling.
We are rolling. Welcome back to The Recipe.
How much do you guys love our Twitter handle, though? I mean, that was just genius. I love it.
The Recipe Boys.
The Recipe Boys.
Whose idea was that?
That was yours, Lex.
Okay, it was. Credit where credit is due.
So, how was everyone's week? We did this last week. Last Thursday was episode 1. How do you guys feel since then?
I feel pretty good. We got some feedback for the podcast specific, which has been a lot of positive and then a really good critical comments that were taken into account.
And then a lot of very personal attacks. A lot of very mean.
I don't know. I feel
comments.
I feel beloved. I mean, my dad hit me, so I feel a lot of love from all the negative comments. I feel like we got a lot of support, believe it or not. More support than I thought we'd get. Just sitting here drinking and shooting our mouths off about random topics.
And if you're our fan in Australia and you're listening to us right now, what's up, buddy?
Yeah,
how's it going?
we want to talk to you. I think that either we need to go to Australia, or he needs to dial in, or we need to go, or he needs to come to us.
Invite us down to
Under.
down under.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm down for an 18-hour flight. I have no problem, especially if I sit middle seat.
And we'll record the whole time. We'll do an 18-hour podcast, which is...
I'm pretty sure that there'll be people waiting to shoot us on sight when we land.
Yeah.
If we did that.
Okay. But no, since we're all New York, it's been blistering hot. Kind of had like a little bit of a heat wave.
Yeah. Bring your shorts to the podcast, guys. I got changed. It's fucking hot in here.
Yeah.
We're in my apartment.
Taylor, did you come straight from work?
I came from work.
Oh, you look nice.
Yeah.
That's what I wear at work. Thank you.
So for those who don't know, we're in my apartment. It's my week to make the drink.
It's a beautiful Brooklyn apartment.
Yeah.
New.
I try to describe it to people as Patrick Bateman meets Rainforest Cafe.
Okay. I do not get that vibe, but that's probably a good thing.
It still has that new apartment smell.
Does it?
Yeah, I walked in. I was like, oh, this is nice.
Oh, those are the Mai Tais.
And do you have a Yankee candle burning in your bathroom too?
I do.
And it was refreshing.
Yeah.
Candle?
Do you know what flavor it is? Want to take a guess?
I don't know. What is it?
It's
tiki?
It's Cuban mojito. It's a gift from my titi. So.
Oh, okay.
So.
I told Lex that I wanted to put an iPad on his wall, eye line across from the toilet, so he could watch movies while he's
no. One movie.
I said I'd put The Godfather on repeat.
Completely unprompted by me, I might say.
Made no sense. I mean, you can do it if you buy the iPad, but
it was the thing.
I'll never stop pooping. I'll only be pooping.
No, you know, like watching movies. The movie theaters where you like step out of the theater and they have they have a small screen in the bathroom where you could continue your movie. While
so the implication then is that he's watching The Godfather out here also.
And to be honest with you, I thought of the first movie that popped into my head was I just put The Godfather.
I gotta say it was a perfect answer. I love it.
It makes no sense. Yeah. Why do I need?
Just imagine the music in the bathroom.
Yeah, but
it's all black and white.
I would love my apartment to play the Godfather theme. As someone who played the video game all the time and the loading screen had an amazing theme, I would rather not be distracted, spend as little time in my bathroom as possible because I like it. It's pretty. I really enjoy my bathroom. I think it's really well manicured, but I don't want to be there for the length of a feature film. I'd rather.
It's only when you sit down it activates the iPad and continues on.
Look. If you want to buy me screens to watch movies, I implore you, do it in every room but the bathroom. Just so you could put it above my stove in my kitchen. I'd be very happy with that.
Just so you know, we have bathroom envy. Lex really nailed his bathroom. It's pretty nice.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
You know what it is? The secret is not living with girlfriends. That's the secret. Because you can do whatever you want.
So your drain works fine.
Everything works. Everything works perfectly. Everything works perfectly. My stuff is where I put it and where I left it. It is amazing.
How many bottles of conditioner do you have?
She has a shelf here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got more than one.
She still has product
she
here.
pays.
Okay.
She pays for that. I built it. She paid for the shelf. I built the shelf unit. She has the one shelf. She pays for that. So she rents out that shelf, and I try not to be a slumlord about it.
My girlfriend lives in another country, and she still has like most of a drawer or a whole cabinet, which is just her stuff.
The funny thing is, if I didn't know Taylor was so charming and knew how successful he is at talking to the fairer sex, I would think when he says, "Oh, my girlfriend's in another country," like
She's not real.
no, Niagara Falls. Oh,
Yeah, I got a girlfriend in Canada. You know.
I mean, I was that guy for a minute.
Yeah. You did, yeah.
I will say,
Kinda.
me and my girlfriend have been living together for 3 years.
More than that, because I've been living with you and your girlfriend. I lived
No,
with
it's
you and your girlfriend for a year.
it's just like 2.5 years now.
Alone, you mean?
Alone.
Oh yeah, but I lived with you and your girlfriend. It was like you lived with two
We
girlfriends.
had a
at that
full
point.
house. We had lots of different roommates come through that apartment, so it's kind of like a first Brooklyn apartment kind of situation.
Yeah, none of them were nearly as cool as John Stamos or as funny as Dave Coulier, but we did have a full house.
We did have a badass theater set up, though, I will say.
Yeah, I'm pretty envious of that.
We
I
talked
missed
about that last time.
Did we? Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah. Still have the projector. Works great. Okay, so Lex, take it away.
This week's drink is called the Mai Tai. It's Tahitian for arguably the best. Some people say it means just good. I think mine are great. So let's have them before they die, and then I can get into the conflict around the drink.
Cheers.
Cheers. Clack. I'm really excited to try this. Lex always makes a really fancy cocktail. Puts me to shame.
That was delicious. That was real nice.
We should have took photos of like the whole drink setup. We should start doing that for the Twitter account.
Yeah.
So
We can
reactions.
still do it.
Positive. Largely positive.
Very
It's
tasty.
very good.
Rolls across the tongue. A lot of taste happening.
Got a great mouthfeel.
Got a great mouth.
No, it's sweet. It's a little sour. Very refreshing. I could definitely imagine being in the tropics and drinking this. It's got that distinctive kind of tiki sort of vibe to it.
So if you were, let's say, a cocktail historian, which you kind of are, Taylor,
Maybe.
where would you guess this drink hails from?
Because you asked it like that, I'm going to assume that it's somewhere like New Jersey or something.
Wrong
But,
answers only. No.
Yeah.
If the Mai Tai was invented in New Jersey, it would be a disgusting drink.
You hear that, Jersey? We're calling you out.
Yeah. We're just kidding, New Jersey, except we're really not. So
Making enemies. Episode 2.
the Mai Tai you'd think would be from Tahiti or from even the Caribbean, where some people think it's from.
I would think it would be somewhere maybe like in Asia. That would, because the name sounds sort of like it might be.
Oh, that's a really astute observation. So if I want to get into tiki, I will start by telling you this drink hails from none other than a parking lot in Oakland, California.
Oh.
Yeah, in 1943, arguably. There's a lot of conflict around this cocktail, and that's why I wanted to bring it up, because if we're going to talk about cocktails, damn it, this is probably the most interesting cocktail to talk about.
Conflict cocktails.
Yes, this cocktail has been part of court proceedings. This cocktail, the mythos around this cocktail involves Richard Nixon. This cocktail is arguably very new, even though it's almost 100 years old, because this cocktail was invented by Trader Vic at the second ever tiki bar, Trader Vic's in Oakland, California. He invented it, arguably ripped it off from another drink that was invented by Don the Beachcomber, the inventor of tiki drinks. And the recipe was lost to us until about, I believe, 8 to 12 years ago, when a guy named Beach Bum Berry tracked down all the original wait staff, recipe books.
Is that his real name?
That's his. In tiki culture, people have like these pseudonyms.
I just can't believe there's a lawsuit over
I
this
think his
drink.
name is Jeff Berry.
Yeah, it's
It's-
good. But
Yeah,
is it
it's
lost?
really cool.
Yeah,
You
it's a
said it,
really
yeah.
cool lawsuit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's a cool
It's
lawsuit.
a really cool
dope,
story.
Dope lawsuit.
It's a really cool
Badass.
story. Wait, I got to tell you guys what's in it.
Yeah, okay.
So the recipe for the Mai Tai that I made is 1 ounce rum agricole, RHUM, 1 ounce of Jamaican pot still black rum, 3/4 ounce lime juice, 1/4 ounce of orgeat, which is an almond syrup, among other things, and then 1/4 ounce of simple syrup. In my case, I used a rock candy syrup, which is 2-for-1 sugar to water. It's a little bit richer concentration of sugar. And I only used, for the 3 cocktails I made, about 1/2 ounce, because I didn't want it to be too sweet, because I know we all like a boozy drink.
Yeah.
For our audience, the orgeat syrup, which I've never heard of, apparently is a Classic ingredients for pre-prohibition era cocktails.
Yeah, and if you are really curious about this drink, you want to make it yourself, you can check to the description of this podcast episode, and it will be there, listed out for you.
Yep.
Wow, look at this.
And so the cool thing about the Mai Tai is there are some books and Rolodexes about the proper etiquette of making drinks. You know,
Why would it be in a Rolodex?
maybe not a Rolodex, but there's literature on how to make a proper drink and the rules on how to make a proper drink. And because Trader Vic and Don the Beachcomber were such bitter rivals in California during the tiki craze of the 1930s and 40s, which is really the first ever stab at themed entertainment, all their recipes were under lock and key. And so, like the hamburger, the hot dog, the French fry, these are tiki bars and tiki drinks are maybe not an American invention, but definitely christened in America. Tiki drinks are basically Caribbean cocktails that were repurposed and assigned to a Polynesian theme. That bastardization of different cultures is uniquely American. So in some ways, there's nothing more American to drink at a bar than a tiki cocktail, more so than a beer. You know, people think America is beer, hot dogs, and hamburgers, but we know that beer is from Germany, and beer was invented in other cultures. You know, Egypt had, you know, a beer-like substance called cash with a K. We know that now, and we know that culturally, but tiki drinks we often didn't know because it was a trick on the American people.
Well, I think that all cuisine in America, I think you're right. It goes back to being from somewhere else initially, and we kind of reappropriate it and make it our own. And the same is true of beer. You know, those are German immigrants who came here, and they were just like, well, you know, I got to make a beer because I'm thirsty, basically.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
they made their own beer in America, or they imported beer from Germany, etc. But what I'm saying to you is that tiki, even the idea of tiki, as in the tiki idol and the luau and the Hawaiian decor, Asian design menus, and then Caribbean cocktails, was a bastardization of cultures that could only ever really happen in America. Because what happened is in the 1930s, you started having soldiers from World War I were coming home. There were books about the Pacific and about the Polynesian cultures of Hawaii and all the islands that lived that were existing off the coast of Hawaii, that the soldiers were stationed there. You have the first time in the 30s and 40s where the middle class had money to go and travel, you know, outside of the country. And the technology caught up with the fact that they could actually travel outside of the landmass of America. And they were hungry for escape. So what Don the Beachcomber did, because he was a rum runner during the Prohibition era, was he started tasting a lot of the cocktails they were making in Jamaica and Haiti and Cuba and Puerto Rico. So Don the Beachcomber really wanted to bring these kind of cultures together in a way that had never been done before. And he created what they called rum rhapsodies, which were infinitely more complex cocktails than most people had ever had in America. Most cocktails were booze, maybe a fruit or a juice or a citrus, and then some kind of carbonation. A rum cocktail would be rum, sometimes club soda, maybe some kind of citrus, and that's it, right? So what I'm saying is that he made things a little bit more complicated, more complex. He found better quality ingredients. California is a really great climate for that, and he had a lot of fresh fruit available, and he made a lot of really complicated things. Trader Vic, not to be outdone, may have stolen the concept of his QB cooler, and he may have stole that, but he made the Mai Tai. It tastes very similar to it, but had about a third the ingredients. Yeah. So it went to court because they were in such fierce competition, and they had secret recipes where Don the Beachcomber had four Filipino boys working in his bar that would work and make all the drinks with bottles that were renamed coded names like bottle AB or bottle 1A or bottle, spice B4. And so when they knew how to make a drink, they knew it was an ounce of B4, an ounce of C2, et cetera, et cetera. You sunk my battleship. They had no clue how to make this stuff. Even if you robbed them at gunpoint, they couldn't tell you how to make a zombie. And so that's what Trader Vic started to do, and that's what all the famous tiki bars started to do when they had a famous cocktail, was lock the recipe down. And so until about 1990s, when Beach Bum Berry did all his research and found these old menus and found, order manifests and started doing interviews with retired bartenders, that he was able to piece together, okay, if I know that spice B4 is cinnamon syrup, and I know that, bottle 1A is, Jamaican rum, he could start to put together how to make these drinks today. When Trader Vic invented the Mai Tai, obviously kept the secret under wraps, but he made the drink with Jamaican pot still rum and rum agricole, which was blended in Ray and Nephew 17 year. They stopped making that drink. They stopped making that liquor, mind you. And then he started using it with 15, Ray and Nephew 15 year. They stopped making that too. So to make an authentic Mai Tai, tasting the way that it was invented in 1943, you really can't do it perfectly. Some people have found that the closest adaptation, because I think one bottle of Ray and Nephew 17 year goes for about $1,500. The way that they got to mimic it was with Hamilton Jamaican pot still rum, and then I think it's JS rum agricole. I might be wrong with the name, but one Martinique rum. The Martin Cate, who created the great book on tiki called Smuggler's Cove, commissioned Denizen, a rum maker, to produce a similar blend that could mimic the flavors of Jamaican Ray and Nephew 17 year. And the way that he was able to do that enabled him to have a pretty accurate Mai Tai on his menu to this day. And that's what we're using here in the room. I bought a bottle of Denizen Merchant's Reserve 8 year. Not too hard to find here in New York. I think there's about like 12 to 24 bars that stock at any given period. You could basically find it anywhere. I got it at Green Grape in Brooklyn. And that's how we're able to taste the Mai Tai and actually be pretty accurate to how it would have tasted in 1943.
Yeah, and I want to comment that I finished mine first.
Yeah, you were pretty good at that, I guess.
Chugged it. Yeah, impressive. It's really, I can feel it in my stomach. It just kind of rolls around and it just is really nice.
Well, I'm glad you liked it.
I can't wait to have another one. It's going to be great.
I'm going to have to make another one of these?
Of course you're going to have to make another one of these.
Yeah, you didn't make a pitcher?
We had exactly. I think that pitchers
Jesus.
might be the smart move for us in moving forward.
Well, I made mine with the Hamilton Beach Drink Master.
Yeah.
And that's basically a one spindle drink maker. And I filled that thing to the fucking brim. that thing was full. That thing was spitting back at me.
Well, you have 3 men in the room.
Yeah.
Three thirsty men.
Thirsty men, yeah.
I maxed out on making 4 in one batch, and I don't know why that guy couldn't handle it. I guess I made it a little bit heavier handed.
But Lex, thanks for the tiki list. That's kind of awesome. I didn't realize there's like all this lawsuit stuff.
Right.
All right. So today we do have a big topic. What we wanted to talk about, the Comic-Con happened, and mostly focused on like Marvel Phase 4. There's just so much content they put out, but there is some other properties that trickled in at Comic-Con that we like. And I'm going to kind of run the show, but I want to get Lex and Taylor's initial feedback in chronological order of what was displayed. And I have a little bit of stuff I like too. But the first big Marvel Phase 4 property that was announced was Black Widow, slated for May 1st, 2020. What are your initial thoughts?
I think it's going to be an entertaining movie. Let's be entirely honest. Black Widow is a great and valued member of the team, but I didn't think that I was really like in need of this movie. But after hearing the stuff that I did from Comic-Con, I think it's going to be pretty good. I think it's going to be exciting. I think they're going to give it a little more flavor about that time between, what is this? It's after Civil War.
But before Infinity War.
Right. And I think that's
so
it's
being placed in the timeline.
Yeah,
it's not a prequel, nothing like that.
Well, it's a prequel in the sense that it happens in between.
But it's not like her origin story.
No, I mean, there may be flashbacks to her origin. Like basically every movie with her in it has some kind of either flashback or monologue that ties back.
That one really famous shot of her, the gurney.
Yeah.
With the wheel.
That was Clockwork Orange. That was the gurney.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or was it Clockwork Orange or was it the one with Jack Nicholson? With all the insane asylum. What was the one? One Flew Over the Cuckoo's
Nest.
Yeah. So it's one of those two. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they definitely said it was after Civil War, before Infinity War. Interestingly, because after Civil War, remember, she storms off on Tony. She double crosses him, and she disappears for the rest of the franchise until Infinity War. I'm not really that excited for this film, except for the fact that it has Taskmaster.
Yeah, that's going to be kind of a cool character to put in there. It's weird.
My initial thought was it's clearly well-deserved film, but it's just when they're creating it, just so out of place. They should have been made a long time ago.
That's another thing that I'd agree with. Like this movie feels like it should out.
They're like,
or don't kill her. If you didn't kill her, I think I'd be way more invested in this film.
Yeah, it's like I think like some executive producers just got in the mood like, should we make her the movie finally?
This does protect a lot of anime adaptations from Scarlett Johansson's busy schedule. You know, she can't be in every other.
I felt like
She can't
I felt
make-
like
She can't make Akira.
I feel
last week.
like fans like us would have made this decision long ago. Where like she deserved the film and the character deserved her own role.
I think that was expected. I think a lot of people thought that it was going to happen and would have happened like 5
They
years
just kept
ago.
putting
I
it
thought
off.
because
They
it
put it
didn't
off.
happen, it was never going to happen. Maybe that's what I'm feeling. It's some cognitive dissonance. Is that the right word? But
sure.
what I think is interesting is I am almost positive that when we end up doing episode 125 and we do a review of Black Widow, we're going to be like, they could have never made this movie any other time but this time. And we're going to feel so stupid and wrong.
It's true. I'm not denying that.
Marvel and Disney, both companies love to rewrite history in their favor. And we just got to shut our mouths. We got to shut our mouths because we're going to look real wrong. We're going to look like that Variety article I mentioned last week.
Kevin Feige's going to come here and punch us in the nose.
No,
It's
he
gonna
will
be
not
great.
come
I
here.
love how
He'll shit in a bag on my front porch and light it on
Disney
fire. Ring my
rewrites
doorbell.
history.
That's what he'll do. I'm never gonna see him, but I'll be like, Feige, I
Yeah.
know it's you.
I love
Shaking your
you
fist.
say like Disney rewrites history because The Lion King was an original idea, so we all know that.
Well, actually, they found out that Kimba wasn't that similar. It's more like Hamlet. It has more. It has more.
We can talk about it another day. That's total bullshit. By the way.
How many episodes are we going to devote to talking about this thing? Like, we're not talking about Lion King ever again.
Wait, Taylor, do you want to tell us who the Taskmaster is? So just for those who don't know at home.
Taskmaster is, I actually don't know much about him as a person. I know his power basically is that he can perfectly replicate anyone's move. So, like, if you do like a really sweet kick, then he can equally do that.
He can
sweet
do it
kick.
just as sweet, not sweeter and not less sweet,
Yeah.
just as sweet. Yeah, they call it photographic reflexes, where he can do, but it's within the confines of human ability. So like,
But he's like peak human. So like he's
Yeah.
really
yeah, but he can like, for example, if Captain America can throw his shield, 50 feet, he can throw his shield, he can throw Cap shield just as fast.
And
But
he
maybe-
has a shield also.
But maybe he won't go as far because this guy is a regular guy. And then eventually I think he got like obsessed with experimenting on himself and making himself better. And they always retcon it that he does have some superhuman abilities that are kind of minor. I'm really into it. I love the fact that they're doing this character because like Zemo, like Crossbones, this is a character that they can, or like Bullseye in Daredevil season 3, this is a character that is open for interpretation. I don't think anyone's going to get upset if they do something new with the character, so long as they give him the same powers. As long as they give him the same powers, I think they can do whatever they want as far as his motivations, his character, etc. And that's really exciting for me because this is kind of the perfect Black Widow villain.
And a perfect segue into the next item, which is Falcon and the Winter Soldier, who's got Baron Zemo in it.
Slated for fall 2020.
Slated for fall 2020. Actually, Baron Zemo, too. Apparently, he wore the purple whole thing there.
Yeah, and he said all the code words.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, so remind me, who is Baron Zemo again?
Baron Zemo was actually a buddy of the Red Skull. He was a Nazi.
In the comics, not
In the
movies.
comics, in the comics.
But in the comics, if you're a Captain America villain, there's like an 80% chance you're Hydra. So all these guys fucking hang out together.
Hail Hydra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier movie, someone's gonna drop a line at some point where they're like, "Man, I wish Captain was still young."
It's a TV show, first of all, and actually it's my most...
Is it a TV show?
Oh, it is a TV show.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah,
TV show?
so
Okay.
Black Widow's a movie. Captain Winter Soldier and the Falcon and Winter Soldier is a TV show. It's 8 episodes.
Disney Plus.
Yeah, Disney Plus. Yeah.
We don't need to plug that for them.
Yeah, fuck that. No, but I'm in it. Like I might have already prepaid. Like I don't even know. Like
You pre-ordered
Like
the
I'm
subscription service?
infinitely. I'm gonna say it here. I'm infinitely more excited for all the movies. I mean, all the TV shows on Disney Plus than I am for any of the movies. This shit is my cup of tea. It's got characters I already know and love. I want to see what Bucky's like when he isn't living in Cap's shadow and he's not brainwashed. I want to see what Falcon is as the new Cap. I want to see Zemo. Civil War is my favorite Marvel movie. Like I'm all about it. I'm sure there's gonna be tons of other tie-ins. I wouldn't be surprised if there's more like Shield shit and more like espionage shit. Tiebacks to Agent 13, played by Sharon Carter, as we know her as. I wouldn't be surprised if there's more of that. Sorry. I'm totally into it. This is probably my most anticipated, probably because it's the closest. And I just
Second
don't want.
closest.
I didn't want Endgame to close the book on every character. I was down with it closing the book on the core trilogy of Iron Man, Thor, Cap. I really want more stories about side characters that never really got to lead.
Yeah. I think that I wasn't very excited when Captain America, the Winter Soldier come out. I didn't see it in theaters. I was a little bit less about the hype Marvel.
Bet you feel stupid now.
But when I watched it, the movie fucking blew me away. But what really blew me away was like they took Captain America does have superpowers, but to an extent. He's just like a super soldier. But if they can do the same thing with these characters, you know, like they don't have some outstanding, outlandish superpowers like most people have, but you can kind of focus on story and content and like actual gripping stuff that like attaches you to the genre or the show in this case.
I wouldn't be surprised
awesome.
if they bring back some of the directors of the Captain America series. So like, I wouldn't mind seeing an episode directed by Joe Johnston.
Who directed Winter Soldier?
The Russo
brothers.
Oh yeah. Or I don't know if they're in the shows though.
You know.
It's Disney Plus. Every episode's basically
They got money. They could do it.
Yeah, it's like Netflix. It's like
money.
It's like basically you're gonna
They
watch.
stole the freaking Game of Thrones directors.
Yeah. You're gonna watch an 8-hour movie on
Okay.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Next up is The Eternals, slated for November 6, 2020. Does this feel like a Guardians of the Galaxy situation?
No,
No, not at
it's
all.
not. And that's
I'm
that's
thinking
why I'm
more,
not excited.
More Game of Thrones like
Really?
it's going to be about the kind of inner relationship of this sort of family of.
They got a badass cast.
Yeah, you know, I think it'd be okay.
I think it's
not bad. But
I feel like if this is the one that the news rags tend to like pile on.
because it's got Angelina Jolie.
No,
and-
I think
Salma Hayek.
No,
Salma Hayek.
I mean, if people want to write the article like, "Is this Marvel's first bad movie?" It's going to be this one.
what? No,
Yeah,
I don't know if it's
and,
gonna
and
go that far.
I'm down to be wrong. I love
It's Neil Gaiman. It's based on Neil Gaiman's
Yeah,
work.
but you know what? When they did Guardians, everyone said, "You guys are fucking idiots. You're making movies with a raccoon in a tree. You have no idea what you're doing. You just came off.
Don't talk
Avengers."
about Rocket that way.
Yeah, but it is what they said. You
I
know,
know.
people were like, "Why are they making this stupid movie?" Like, I remember my cousins who were like the biggest Marvel fans now told me, "What is this stupid thing with the Guardians?"
yeah,
the
but
problem
just
is
because-
they didn't get a director that's got the same, let's say, style or the same notoriety as James Gunn even did at that time back when he was an indie guy. They got this. I think it's Kate Shortland that's directing the Eternals.
Yeah, apparently her movie she had out was really good though.
Yeah, it was a great indie film. I think it was like.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. Can you pull it up? What the name? of the
That's
movie?
not enough. That's not enough for me to decide whether or not it's gonna be good or
No,
not.
but I'm telling you, I feel like this is going to be the one people shit on. It just came out after Black Widow ends.
That sounds like a hunch. I don't
It
know.
is a
You gotta
hunch.
give me a reason.
Oh,
Chloe
it's
Zhao.
totally a hunch.
Chloe Zhao.
Chloe Zhao. Oh, it's not Kate Shortland. Kate
No,
Shortland's
as long as I
directing
think
Black Widow.
it's ZHAO. I'm
Yeah,
not
Chloe
pronouncing
Zhao.
it. Zhao. Yeah.
Yeah, Chloe
And
Zhao.
what was the movie she made? In case someone's seen it, because I sure shit did not.
I mean, we should watch it.
There we go.
I'd be down to watch it.
Okay, let's
we
do
could do
that.
like maybe like an interstitial. We do like a 20-minute review of this movie to like put between episodes. We could do like a 20-minute review. of this
20
movie.
minutes. That's a long time to review this movie.
The three of us, we could talk for 20 minutes.
Her
about a
debut
movie.
her debut film was so Chloe Zhao was the director for the Eternals. Her debut film was Songs My Brother Taught Me in 2015. Premiered at Sundance Film Festival, and apparently it did really good.
Yeah.
And got her a Marvel movie.
Great. Yeah. So I think it'll be fine. My concern though is that I think that's like, if you look at the cast, I love Angelina Jolie,
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
everyone in there is great. Do we have a list of the people that are on there?
So the cast of the Eternals, we have Angelina Jolie as Athena, Richard Madden as Icarus, Ma Dong-seok as the Forgotten One.
Gilgamesh is the forgotten one. I did know that. I don't know much about the Eternals, but I
I know
knew
this
that. He
actor. I just can't.
He's from Train to Busan.
Yeah,
I know that.
I can't pronounce his name very well.
Say it one more time. Just say it. Say it like you would in South Carolina.
Oh Jesus Christ! Bless my soul.
What's the
Kumail
number?
Nanjiani?
What is it? Bless his heart.
Oh, the guy. Yeah.
He's
He's
from-
great.
Kumail Nanjiani.
Yeah.
It's so easy. It's just say Kumail.
I'm sorry. I'm
Kumail.
Just,
Man, this man's just trying to read a list here,
Kumail
and you're just
Nanjiani.
heckling the shit out of
Dude,
him.
I have
leave
to.
this boy
'Cause you know what?
alone.
'Cause you know what? In like 30 minutes, when I have a hot take, I'm gonna get heckled, so I got to get my cheap hits in.
Oh my
yeah,
God, I'm gonna
fuck
tear you apart
but I will say though, I saw him in an interview, and he was like, he was stoked to be cast in a
Dude,
Marvel
yeah.
movie.
he's big too.
Dude,
he was a skinny little nothing, and look at his biceps alone.
No, it's
he's
when you get
fucking
casted
yoked.
in Marvel, man,
He's-
you put on 40 pounds of
dude,
muscle.
all
They
he-
pay you to put on 40
No,
pounds of muscle.
I think he's known he's been in this shit because he's been in interviews for the Twilight Zone, and his fucking biceps were huge. Motherfucker is
Does
yoked.
he look at my brother's biceps?
No,
now?
no, it's not that defined. It's just that he'll be standing there with a polo.
Dude, that's what Marvel does.
Yeah,
to
but
you.
he'll be standing there with a polo, and his biceps look
Look at
bigger than
Chris-
yours. And
look
I
at
know
Chris
you bench
Hemsworth.
225. This guy can't bench 225, and his biceps look like
I
fucking
bench
oranges.
much more than 225. By the way, I rep 225. You piece of shit. We worked out on Sunday. You know this.
Okay.
So continuing the cast, Salma Hayek.
What does she bench?
I'd like to find out.
Do we have a button for that?
Oh, I have a button for that.
Hey.
Brian Tyree Henry, Festos, Lauren Ridloff is Makari, and Leah McGuff.
Lauren
is
Ridloff is playing the first ever deaf Marvel character because she signs. I don't think Makari was deaf or a girl. They're recasting this. Salma Hayek's character was a boy.
That's right. I saw that.
Yeah.
But that's awesome.
Ajax was a boy. Was a man.
Listen, I was going to say, Neil Gaiman notwithstanding, no one really cares about the Eternals comics.
No
so
one
it's like-
cares. Like Guardians is completely like Drax and Rocket and Gamora. They're in name only.
right.
But
So-
but the thing is with the Guardians, at least, is that was always a group that you'd have a more popular character come on there because Thor has been on that in the comics. You've had Nova on there.
Yeah,
You've
what
had
decade?
Adam Warlock. You've had tons of different people.
Adam
on there.
Warlock was created to be in the Guardians.
No, he wasn't.
Well, he was created by the High Evolutionary. I read Adam Warlock Master Volume.
Well, he was created by the Gold people in Guardians 2.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
no. You're thinking movies. In the comics, Adam
I
Warlock
know,
was
but
created
what I'm
by-
saying, and we're talking about movies right now.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is that we're talking about the validity of changing characters' names, backstories, bios
Okay.
for the movies. And I will say that Guardians and Eternals, no one gave a shit. So if no one gave a shit about Guardians, no one's going to give a shit about Eternals. Whatever you do for the movies is going to cement in popular culture.
I will be honest. At first, this 10-minute Eternals conversation, it started off for me like a little like Eternals, but after reading the cast and talking about it, I was like, you know what, fuck this. This is gonna be cool.
Yeah, we haven't really talked about much of the idea here, but again, for I think the third or fourth time I've said it now, it's Neil Gaiman work that they're basing the whole thing on. It's
Inspired by
apparently
Jack Kirby.
really- I've heard it's really, really good.
Okay.
Yeah, Jack Kirby was the guy.
We
who did
should
all
read
that.
it. Like I said again, the art is terrible.
We're gonna make a list of all the things that we should do.
I mean, I'm gonna listen to this. I mean, I'm gonna hate it. I'm gonna listen to it and remember, fuck, we gotta watch that movie. Songs my brother taught me.
He's signing us up for all this stuff.
I don't
we
know.
gotta
I
do.
didn't. I
No,
didn't.
no,
know
well,
homework.
no. One thing I will say is, if anyone has any complaints or comments, please at Taylor. We'll give you his comment. He loves answering text messages.
You can find his
tweets.
Twitter and Instagram on our website.
Yes.
It's really easy.
And
to
we're
find.
gonna source it below. When Max does the wrap up, he will tell everyone all of Taylor's contact information.
Can you use that stuff from MySpace and make it flash so everyone comes on?
Yeah,
there?
because-
You're
Just
dating yourself, Taylor. No one knows what you're talking about.
Okay, continuing on with Marvel Phase 4. We have Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings slated for February 12th, 2021.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this because apparently it's going to bring back the Mandarin, the comic book Mandarin.
The real Mandarin.
Yeah. Not the Iron Man 3 fake out and then retcon later on.
never see me coming.
Yeah, which
That
I
was
thought
so
I thought
cool
he
in the
did.
trailer.
It was so cool when they had it and
Tiki
he wasn't
bars,
faking.
an American invention.
Did they say that?
He goes, fortune cookies. They look Chinese. They sound Chinese. But in fact, they're an American invention.
Ben Kingsley, yeah, just fantastic in everything he does. And that movie, unfortunately, wasn't as good as he was.
That movie's the worst Marvel movie.
The guy starring Shang-Chi, what's his name? Simu
Simu Liu. Who
Simu Liu,
we're gonna pronounce his name wrong.
I know, but he's about to be real famous.
He's about to be real yoked.
Well, he was.
He's
gonna
gonna be
gain
eating
40
chicken, broccoli,
No,
protein shakes.
actually, for Shang-Chi, they're going to kind of mimic him after like a Bruce Lee body style.
Yeah, but dude, they're gonna make him fucking. There's gonna be a shirtless scene when he walks in through smoke and his entire body's covered, glistened in Vaseline,
Yeah.
and he's gonna be fucking ripped. He's gonna be ripped. He's gonna have Marvel abs. It's gonna be there. We know it. Why
Okay,
we act
so
like we don't know
background
it?
on Shang-Chi. He actually doesn't have superpowers. He's just the best martial artist in the universe.
Yeah, which is pretty cool if you think about it, because it's just you're just kind of a badass.
He was trained to be a dickhead, but ended up not being a dickhead.
I love that he's not a dickhead. I mean, I'm really excited for this. I
Yeah, I
just
think
want
it'd
to
be
see. I want to see Marvel lean into away from their own style and make just a martial arts movie. I'm totally down with it.
Kind of like how Quentin Tarantino made like a Western.
Yeah, exactly. Just like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how Marvel leaned into the space opera, the Star Wars, the Star Trek with Guardians, and they kind of made it their own. I'm so about them doing that for Shang-Chi. I don't care that it's the Mandarin. I think that that's really fucking cool, and it'll get other people to buy in to the concept. But I'm just excited because Shang-Chi's really fucking awesome.
Yeah. And I think that they really kind of dropped the ball with the martial arts stuff in Iron Fist, which, you know, I mean, I know a lot of people want to rag on that as basically ruining the Defenders TV series on Netflix, but they really did, you know, by the end of that first season, I was just kind of like, all right, what did I just watch?
It's not Marvel. I mean, like we know now that the Netflix stuff was very loosely Marvel. They got to say things that were Marvel, but they're not.
Yeah.
You want a few more ice? Yeah. We're leaving that in. That is so good.
I heard you chew ice a little bit ago, you bastard.
To not choke.
I really.
I was just guzzling this
very
drink.
hot.
I
in
chewed
this
ice since I was a
apartment. The
kid,
tensions
man.
are
I have
running
very, very sharp teeth. Okay, so
Wait. We're not done with Shang-Chi. I want to say.
All right, bring it on. Bring it on, baby.
I want to talk to Taylor.
Monologue.
No, I don't want a monologue. I want to.
Caught me monologuing.
This is a cool fucking property. Shang-Chi is really fucking cool. Later in the comics, as Taylor knows, because he read Secret Wars and that whole run with Jonathan Hickman, he ended up inheriting the power to clone himself, which is really cool because this is a character who the entire basis of your suspension of disbelief is that this guy will win any fight with anyone that is a normal human being, right?
Actually, no, he's beaten people with powers.
Yeah, he has beaten some people with powers, but he will win most fights. He will win any fight with a human and most fights with superhumans, right? So he might take down Cap. He might take down Taskmaster, right? He'll take down people that have like a little bit peak human.
Is Shang-Chi a movie we see in IMAX or Alamo?
Both.
Both? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because the Mandarin stuff is great for Alamo. But either way, what I'm saying is that if they brought in that cloning element, which I don't think they will, but sometimes they do fast track stuff. You know, they do move things like we're getting female Thor, right? I'm getting ahead of myself, but they do fast track stuff, and I got it. And they do fast track stuff, and it would be really cool to see him have some kind of superhuman ability that doesn't give him a leg up in a fight, but just makes him more of a threat.
Like a Peter Tingle?
Yeah, like a Peter Tingle. You make me say that every fucking week now. You were trying to get me to say it. But like, how cool would it be if you had an army of all of the same man who can't lose?
That'd be cool, but it's not going to happen. It's too soon.
Fine. Then do you think he'll be an Avenger?
It depends on what they do.
I don't know what the event. You know, I'll be honest. I don't know what the Avengers are going to look like.
I will tell you what they're going to look like. They're going to be a lot of different races and genders. That's what they're going to be.
That I'll agree.
That is what they're going to be, and that's not to say I hate that. I think that's really fucking cool. I'm just telling you, whatever Marvel will do to say this is diversity, they will do. That's my takeaway from the entire panel is diversity. Yay! I'm into it. I'm totally into it. But that's what they're doing.
Right.
I mean, they're making a good product that everybody will enjoy.
Well, we don't know that yet. We haven't seen it.
It's
I
true.
can't wait.
Okay, so moving on. WandaVision, spring 2021, Disney Plus.
Can I say that I was not super excited about this beforehand? I thought it was going to be like a little weird. In the same way that I thought that it was strange that they were doing the Falcon and Winter Soldier TV show, that it was like, well, these are like A-list actors. Like now they're doing this TV show.
But, you know, nowadays, these TV shows, they're making like $2 million an episode.
And I think that Disney's plan here is to like elevate the concept even further. And from what I hear about the thing from people talking about it, is that WandaVision is going to be a really like avant-garde kind of wild, surrealist kind of thing. And
do you like the name?
Actually, I really do. I really like the name.
You're the first person who likes the name.
I love the name because if it matches with what I now think it is. Like before, when I thought it was going to be basically like this sort of like romantic comedy, kind of like I Love Lucy sort of style thing. Like she's a wizard and he's an awkward robot man.
She's a wizard.
And then it's like, but apparently it's going to be like, there's going to be a lot of like not necessarily time travel, but maybe reality warping. Like
because she gets
around.
those kind of powers apparently.
Yeah. So
she has those powers.
She does,
Yeah.
but she gets more into it. She's able to.
Did we say this is a TV show? We did say
Yes,
this, right?
TV show.
Yeah. So if you listen to all the announcements Marvel made, I was going to bring this up. It was in my notes. If you listen to all the announcements they made and you get to hear the audio from the panels, the audio for each announcement is a little bit of a clue into like the tone of each show. For example, like Black Widow, there's like a little bit of like a Jason Bourne kind of sound to it. You know, for Falcon and Winter Soldier, I think they brought up the Captain America theme. For Doctor Strange, they brought in his theme, but it's a little bit darker and more horrific. WandaVision, they played like 1950s I Love Lucy is another good example.
Yeah.
Like kitschy, really weird, awkward, sitcom-y sounds. Like almost the honeymooners of the... I thought of the Jetsons immediately when I listened to it.
Yeah.
And I would love like a really artsy, fucking weird...
Yeah.
Multiverse hopping.
Psyched. I'm psyched.
And I don't care how they bring back Vision. I don't care how they justify her powers.
I mean, Vision fucking died twice.
I mean,
like
like
5 minutes.
Yeah, that's rough.
if you give the Avengers like high school superlatives, like best smile, you know, whatever, like weirdest couple or weirdest people, it's like they're a tie. It's like fucking weird chick who likes a robot and then a fucking robot. And they're fucking weird, and their show should be weird, and they should lean into that and make it wacky and interesting. And I take it back. I am way more into this than Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, this is. I think it's.
No, when you started talking about reality hopping,
This is the one.
Yeah,
you know why? Because
Change
this is the
shit.
way that Marvel, you know, like more so than the What If TV show, you know, the What If thing that they announced, we'll get into later. This is Marvel's way that they can kind of rewrite their own history. Anything people don't like about the continuity, Wanda changes it.
Oh, I don't think they're going to do that.
No, but they can, and they probably
She catches
they will time-
Black Widow.
Hold on. We have.
He makes it so
another-
that Black Widow and Hulk never get together, so all the fanboys don't get upset.
Yeah, I don't think that they're going to do that with this property because I have another property which we're going to talk to you about in a minute, which I think is specifically done fan service wise.
Which one is that? Because we might just jump right into it.
We had.
I don't have anything more to say about WandaVision.
All right, well,
overall, WandaVision is going to be sounds really cool. We're excited for it, but leading into the next.
Wait. Oh, one last thing. Do we want to talk about Maria Rambeau, i.e. Captain Marvel, also i.e. Photon? She's the daughter from Captain Marvel, the really young African-American girl. You know, now she's all grown up, and she's apparently part of the main cast of WandaVision. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's going to be kind of cool. I'm excited about that.
So clearly, if they kind of, I don't know if they're time hopping, do they steal her from the future? Is this in the future and they go back in time? Or Wanda's really far in her maturity? She's actually older? And she grows up in the timeline? Or they just need her in the future?
Or maybe she's like time travel, like agnostic. Maybe she's like a permanent thing.
I don't really know much about her character. I know that she's apparently very powerful in the comic books, but that's about all I know.
Yeah.
I'm just excited for any new character that's gonna, keep being connective tissue.
Oh yeah,
As long as they commit to that person existing in their universe, I don't care.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a big takeaway from. That's a big takeaway I took from this whole Comic-Con panel is that all this stuff seems to be connected in some way.
But-
More than ever.
But I think the next property is probably connected it's in some way, but it's Doctor Strange and the Electric Boogaloo.
Which, oh my God!
For those who
Please,
listen,
no, hold on. We got to talk about this.
Okay,
Let
just by
us
the way,
talk
it's
about
not
this.
Electric Boogaloo, it's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Lex called it Electric Boogaloo in the last episode.
Yeah, well,
not
I really-
me, Roger Wardell on Twitter.
So
you still said it.
You asked me to read his comment.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah. So this guy, I think is we were talking about Bob Lazar also in the last episode and how they gave him kind of like false information to see if he'd leak it, and that definitely happened to this guy. They definitely gave this guy like, oh yeah, it's Electric Boogaloo.
Oh my gosh, they narrowed it down.
That's a really great tie-in. Do you think that maybe this stuff changes so rapidly that when he wrote this a year ago, that the project had changed direction and moved in any way, or this guy was just given fake information?
I honestly think it's fake information because that is like, first of all, the Electric Boogaloo thing is such like a industry joke for sequels.
I think
like
it was 80s Boogaloo is what he said, or 70s Boogaloo.
It doesn't matter
Whatever it is. I mean, either Marvel took some government tactics to figure it out.
For those who don't know, it's a reference to Steppin' 2 Electric Boogaloo, which is
Was it that? Was Steppin' 2?
Yeah. It's just like it's known for being like this hokey, silly name for a sequel. And that's why I think like that should have been a real kind of like dog whistle right there. Like,
and this movie is slated for May 7th, 2021.
Right. And now let's get into the actual movie.
Yeah. So basically, real quick recap. Marvel used government tactics to find their leak, and I think they did it. Anyways, this dude is fired by now.
R.I.P. Roger Wardell.
Yeah.
Because Marvel kills you. The government keeps you alive. They let you go on Netflix.
Multiverse of Madness, what does that mean?
Oh, apparently it's going to be like they said it's going to be the scariest or darkest Marvel movie
Did
yet.
they hire the same director?
Same director, but he has
And
roots.
the same writer, too. The same writer. A guy named Robert Cargill. Cargill.
Yeah, I think that they both, and he's got roots in making horror movies,
Yeah,
so that it's
did he
going to
make?
be.
No. James Gunn made Slither. He made another film. He directed Sinister and The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Oh, wow.
So
Oh,
this guy's
Emily
got
Rose was good. I love horror. So.
this guy's got some chops. He also did The Day the Earth Stood Still with Keanu, so he knows Keanu. There was rumors that Namor was going to be in this movie because of a Twitter post he posted. I would love Keanu as Namor.
Namor? Who's Namor?
He's the Submariner. He's basically
Namor.
Oh, Namor.
Yeah.
Namor. Okay.
I say Namor.
I know
It's
that
my own
guy.
fault.
Yeah.
He's basically Marvel's
Because
Aquaman.
I would hate for them to cast Keanu as like a throwaway villain, and not instead of like a hero that could continue to be
Apparently,
used.
almost every movie the past 4 years, Marvel's like given him a script and been like, "Anything interest you?" And he's like, "Nah, son, nah."
Yeah, I heard a rumor that he was going to
That
be
must
cast.
be a great feeling.
I heard a
There's
rumor that he was going to be cast as like a god in some movie, which might be a reference to him being like a secret character in the Eternals.
Keanu, do you want to be the one above all? It's like the top Marvel thing.
Oh
ever.
my God! Can I just say right now that I would sign up for that right now?
And he's like,
Who
nah.
else would you say yes? Or
He
no?
would be great as the High Evolutionary, actually,
Yeah.
in the Guardians movie, and his style would fit. But like, I feel like that's a waste. I'd rather him be a more positive influence than a negative.
Yeah, I
one.
agree.
But either way, so Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness. What do y'all think?
I don't know much about it. I know that obviously Black Widow is involved. So not Black Widow. Sorry, I meant
Wanda.
Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch. Wanda.
Yeah.
It's weird to use their proper names and not their superhero names.
Well, they use
And
them.
that's a
They
big
use
thing in
Wanda
the-
so much in the films.
right. Well, because
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
never been called Scarlet Witch
Wanda.
in the movies, and apparently
The closest
that's
they get
the
is
rumor.
Tony calls her witch.
Yeah, but that's the rumor is that in either WandaVision or in Doctor Strange, she's going to become quote unquote Scarlet Witch.
I'm the kind of person like I got extremely excited for Far From Home when they teased the multiverse. Taylor shut that shit down. Whatever. But
He's wrong. Can we do that? So this is my electric boogaloo moment. This is my electric boogaloo moment because I actually went and listened to our podcast where I told Taylor very specifically that I think that this is like all conspiracy theories. We were talking about George Lazar, where some people want to assign something that's accurate to something that's false. And you thought because it was Mysterio telling us about the multiverse, that means the multiverse is not real.
No.
But
That's not what I mean.
If you check the tape, but
No.
either way,
I listened to it too.
all I'm saying is that they mentioned the multiverse in the first Doctor Strange. The ancient one said something along the lines of, "Who are you?"
yeah, she talked about
in
it.
this vast multiverse.
Yeah.
Right.
She said that.
and he grew a bunch of hands.
My problem is specifically the
Got
fact
really
that
handsy.
that he said 616, and also that everyone.
Did that make it to the final cut of the film, or was that just a clip they released?
No, that was in the
It was in
movie.
the film. It was in the film,
In the
yeah.
movie, he says, This is Universe 616," and I was just like, that is just too much.
Yeah.
And in the other thing is that I just didn't think that this would be the movie they'd introduce it, because it just felt like a weird.
Well, now
way
we
of
can take
doing
a victory lap
Yep.
that Taylor was half right. That the multiverse is real just because Mysterio says it. He's
Well, we
from it
already
doesn't-
knew it was real because we saw in, like you said, Doctor
I mean,
Strange. We
yeah,
already
and
knew it was real.
and Dormammu was from a different
from a
Yeah,
different
without
dimension.
time and things like that.
or another universe, multiverse kind of thing.
Yeah.
So overall, I absolutely love the multiverse idea. It is my jam when it comes to Marvel, exploring all these different ideas and things that could happen. It's like the multiverse does exist. We just live in that one reality where Spider-Man is fictional.
To add to that, this is probably the most exciting announcement they made in their lineup.
Oh yeah, I think
Doctor
this is
Strange
the coolest,
2. To think that Doctor Strange 2 is the most exciting is really cool, because I don't think people loved the first one. But I think this is probably the bringing home
The biggest throwaway for the first one for Doctor Strange for me is Caecilius, the actor. He's such a great actor. They could have used him for something bigger than that. But
Like Doctor Doom.
Doctor Doom, yeah.
They could still bring him back somehow. Anyways, next property is Loki. The TV show is slated for spring 2021.
You know, we're here drinking nice tiki drinks. Do you guys think that Loki would enjoy tiki?
Honestly?
Loki might have invented tiki.
We don't know. He's a trickster.
The thing is, like, I don't think he would like tiki drinks.
Yes, he would. He
Of
always
course
had
he
like
would.
he always
No.
had, in Ragnarok. He always has these big flashy drinks in his hand. Maybe the Grandmaster would like tiki, and he's just
Grandmaster
drinking it.
would.
Grandmaster and Loki
So
together.
I don't
invented.
think Loki would like tiki drinks.
I think Loki would like my Mai Tai. I think Loki
No,
was here.
no.
He would drink my Mai Tai and hang out with
I
us.
think
He would
Tom
be-
Hiddleston would definitely would.
Anybody would respect the space and drink your drink, but I don't think Loki would like tiki drinks because in Avengers 1, Tony offers him a goddamn drink. He kind of refuses, but at the end, he said, I'll take that drink now. And Tony was pouring whiskey.
Oh, no.
Whiskey is not tiki.
Yeah, whiskey.
So
Tiki
Loki's-
decidedly not
Tiki
tiki.
drinks are mostly rum
Yeah.
and gin, sometimes tequila now.
Yeah, it's
gin,
not
really?
about
Yeah,
that.
gin.
But
Like
what I'm saying is
the
with
suffering
Loki
bastard is mostly gin.
but what I'm trying to point to is Loki would like a whiskey drink because he asked Tony for one.
I think he just
No.
wanted a drink at that point because he just got his shit kicked in by
Yes.
Hulk.
I mean, I'm just
what I
saying,
was
if
talking
Loki
about.
used the
Yeah.
Tesseract to come here and shut down this podcast, and
Which, can you
I,
get to it, Loki?
and I'm like, I'm making my ties. He might be like, oh, they drink now.
So the drink of mischief is tiki drinks then?
The drink of mischief. Okay, that's an interesting.
Good
No,
title.
no, no, no,
Lex,
no.
put your
The
recipes
drink
in
of
a book.
mischief has to be like some kind of one shot forget your night.
Okay, all right. Let's go through the pantheon right now and say if each of the main kind of MCU characters were a drink, what would they be?
Let's do the Avengers. Let's get to the Avengers.
Hulk would be
Well, I was
a,
gonna say we can add Loki because we were talking about Loki.
I
now.
think that Hulk would be an original Four Loco.
Oh my
Oh
god!
my god!
You're,
Yeah,
you're
perfect.
right.
Nailed it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because honestly, you drink 1 4 Loco and you basically turn into the Hulk.
Yeah.
You
Or
turn
you're-
into a different human being.
I know, 'cause
or,
this
or
happened
you're
to me.
arrested or you're asleep.
Yeah, exactly.
You have three options.
You don't. It's not a wide berth of options. You
Yeah.
got 3.
You only drink it for a
Four
local.
Locos came out in college, prime time for us. So yeah.
Prime time for interventions. But no, you have
All right. Next up, Tony Stark, Iron Man. What is it?
dirty
say-
martini.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Scotch or something, but yeah, dirty
Dirty
martini. Just like
gin
a,
martini with lots of olives.
Okay,
I don't know.
Captain
Watch-
America,
Captain America.
Beer.
Gatorade. Doesn't get drunk.
No, he
I would
does
say-
get drunk.
I'd say he'd drink like he'd be like Budweiser.
Joss Whedon said that the reason he made Thor give him that flask of ancient whiskey or bourbon or whatever it was because he wanted there to be some kind of substance that would get Cap drunk. Yes, Cap does drink a lot of beer in that film, but I think Cap has got to be.
Well, just his metabolism is so high that he processes alcohol so fast it doesn't affect him.
what
But
if he drinks
Thor,
like a double IPA? He's shotgun and double IPAs. He'll probably get drunk.
There's a bar in Williamsburg.
See, I feel like Thor isn't necessarily a specific drink, but like the method of drinking it.
No, I'm talking about Cap.
What about Cap?
If he shotguns some double IPAs, he'd get wasted.
You think so?
Maybe.
I think the point
No,
is
'cause
that
I feel
Thor's,
like-
Thor's drink would make him drunk.
Thor's beer or mead.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
he
so-
drank it in Doctor Strange. I'm more of a
No,
beer
but that's
guy.
the thing. I'm thinking that Thor is the act of shotgunning beer.
Black Widow.
Tea is not really my thing.
Yeah, Thor's
Fills up.
beer. Thor's beer for sure. Black Widow.
Thor is beer? No, I think
Yeah.
it's got to be.
Cap's
Cap's beer.
No, because
Thor can also be.
beer.
They
You
can,
saw
two
it.
people can be beer.
Oh yeah, we all drink beer.
He
You know what?
literally
And
drinks it
actually,
in the movie.
they're drinking buddies. We saw that in Age of Ultron. So, all
right,
they're both kinds.
Let's
Black
pick
Widow.
one. Pick one more person. Black Widow. Who is it? What would she drink?
Reddited slut.
Oh, like a shot.
That's
I definitely is a shot because it's got to be quick.
No.
Yeah.
No, to be honest, she might be like the dude. She might drink like a black Russian.
The
That
dude
makes
drink
sense
White
to me.
Russian.
I know, but like she could be like him.
Russian in the name
'Cause
makes
she
sense
wouldn't
too.
want milk in her shit. She just want the black Russian. It's just Kahlua and vodka.
Is it really Russian, or is this kind of like a tiki drink thing?
I mean, it's a misnomer, but I
'Cause
feel
Kahlua.
like
Kahlua is not
But I
Russian.
feel like she would love the dark bitterness of coffee and love the cold snappiness of
right.
vodka. She would just love to hate her life and drink that.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
But we could probably kill this topic another time. But
Wait.
See, I'm enjoying this.
What is Spider-Man going to drink?
nothing.
Spider-Man
He's not old
is-
enough.
Four Locos.
he's gonna have a Pepsi, and he's gonna go home. That's what
Like
it
a
is.
good little boy.
It's 11:00. It's time for bed.
What was he drinking in Prague?
In Prague, he probably had like a Budvar.
So thank you for the drink suggestions. I want to talk about that more another time, but I want to keep us on track. So Loki, the TV show, and we know it kind of starts off right after he escaped with the Tesseract in his alternate timeline. We know that. So what do you guys think?
I think it's going to be a cool show.
Fans of Loki will be happy.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of Loki, so I think it's going to be great.
His logo was pretty legit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Graphic design is my passion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. I actually think it's not for if they wanted to be comically bad, they had to make it way worse because it still looked really polished.
I mean, I think they were trying to represent like the different idea of it being all over the place.
I think they're teasing the timelines. I think that it's secretly a tease of like what they plan to do. I know a lot of females in the world that are very, very happy that Tom Hiddleston is back as Loki.
Well, I mean, it's like if you didn't capitalize on that character, that'd be a really dumb move.
I mean, he's been in fucking 5 movies.
But
They're not
everybody
capitalizing.
loves him.
Yeah.
We stated last time that he was the best cast in Thor.
Breakout star of the entire MCU, I'd say.
Yeah. All right. But I think overall Loki's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. And we don't know much about it. I mean, I've heard rumors that it's kind of like Doctor Who-ish, that he's flying around and doing stuff. Which
Trying to think of a better breakout star, and I can't. You're right.
No, yeah,
You're
it's
really
best.
right. That's a really good point.
Thank you. I make one per episode.
No, you'll probably make like 10.
Yeah. No, but I think that I'm excited for that. I'm maybe not as excited as I am for the Wanda one because I think there's like less shape to it. It's further down the line, so like we don't know.
They didn't tell us, like normally when Marvel does Comic-Cons, they do a lot less announcements. Like they'll do like, I think this time, how many announcements did they make? Like 8 or not? No, they made 11 announcements, right? There's 11 TV shows and movies they announced.
Marvel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, so they made 10. Normally they make about 4 or 5 and they get into detail about plot. And this time they didn't give us anything in the way of plot for most of these.
Yeah. And it's only 2-year period. 2 years.
Yeah, this is the shortest phase they've ever done.
I think it's because Marvel.
They make more movies per year.
But
Is
it's
this
because.
supposed to be the entire phase?
No.
Yes. He did
is?
say, yes, because he said at the end, I'm cutting to the end, but he did say, we didn't have time to talk about mutants. We didn't have time to talk about Fantastic Four. We didn't have time to talk about Captain Marvel 2 or Black Panther 2 or what else? What other sequels? Guardians 3. He said we didn't have time for that. And he said the reason they didn't talk about it is because that's phase 5, which is interesting because phase 4 will be just as full of content, but a lot shorter time period.
Well, I think it's because
They make more movies per year.
also they know for a fact now they make their money back. There's no doubt. We can make as much as we want. Everybody will see it.
Okay, which movie do we boycott? We can start. We have so many fans. We can boycott a movie and make influence in the
Well,
market.
let's do all the movies and we'll say afterwards.
Okay.
No,
so-
which one do we want to boycott?
Which movie? What do you mean? What movie?
We're going to boycott one to show them we care.
of phase 4?
Yeah.
Well, let's do all the movies first, and then I'll pick it out.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
In our
Okay,
recap,
so
yeah.
next up is the What If animated series slated for summer 2021.
Now, as a huge fan of the What If series of comic books growing up, super excited about this. Love that it's animated too. I'm actually like, everyone's super excited about the fact that, it's animated, but it's got all of the real celebrities doing the voice acting. That almost took it away from me because I wanted them to get real wild. Like do some real crazy stuff. And I don't know why,
Like,
but
give me an example of what you mean by wild.
I mean, just kind of like real what if-y sort of stuff. Like one of my
Explain
favorite.
what if with us. But
okay.
Because
Let me, start from the
explain
beginning.
what if is and what you mean by wild.
So there's in DC they have this concept which is called Elseworlds. Someone correct me. I don't know what it is, but the idea is that they do kind of like other alternate universe-y sort of storylines. But in Marvel, they all have a similar concept, which is what if, and it's generally a question of like, what if Doom, for instance, one of my favorite ones, what if Doom retained the power of the Beyonder, which in the comic books is part of the original Secret War, where Doom basically gets the powers of like a being who's even greater than a god, and basically takes on the entire universe, and it's so sweet. But it also has this kind of like escapist sort of thing. Like you can't help but wonder, like, what if the bad guy wins? Like what would that
what
world
if
look like?
Ultron had succeeded?
Right, exactly. So, and some of their really great properties came out as sort of like an extension of the What If comics. So I think this would be really cool. I really can't wait to see some kind of wacky stuff. We might get Marvel Zombies.
I'm
which
pretty
was
sure it's going to
huge.
be like 2D animated, but a little bit of 3D things for effect or whatever. But
Yeah.
after watching like Into the Spider-Verse, if it's done well, and
I don't think we're getting that level of
Yeah,
no,
I
not that
agree.
level of
Yeah, I
story,
don't
but
think so.
like, but
Oh,
no, that
story,
level,
I think
don't
we
think we're
will.
getting that
But-
level of animation.
And-
it's not the
animation,
animation. It's just like the fact that like that an animated property can work really well. Like we can get just
DC's been killing it for years. DC makes
Oh, yeah,
incredible
correct, yeah,
animated.
yeah. It's not
comic
that I
books,
think
right?
it's going to be this crazy, 12 frame per second scene also interlaced with 24% frame per second scene, crazy stuff that this Into the Spider-Verse did. But it's more of a fact that like because that movie was so successful, I can get excited for something like What If, because I know that like because so far Marvel success has been live action movies.
Yeah,
Now they're like, let's do an animated thing, and I'm like, all right, let's do it.
yeah.
I've
really
seen
excited.
They also have an animated series slate with Hulu. I'm not going to get into it because I don't have all the names in front of me.
Yeah,
But I know that they announced like four TV shows.
yeah.
Hulu, man. Just
Yeah,
kind
and
of
speaking of
plugging along there.
more
huh? Just-
Marvel TV shows, we have Hawkeye slated for fall 2021.
Dope.
I feel like they sat
Oh,
around
yeah.
a table.
I was gonna say, meh. Next.
Kevin,
No, so that's how it is when you're Hawkeye. You got one guy who's like clapping, slow clapping, and then you got other people who are just like looking at you. Why?
It's a lot of clapping. You're still clapping.
I feel
Yeah.
like they sat around a round table, all the actors, all the properties, and Kevin was like, "Okay, who wants a TV show? Raise your hand.
Yeah.
You get it. You got one. Jeremy, you want one? Okay, take it."
I mean, I did hear that Jeremy did push this forward, but it's only because Hawkeye has an amazing series written by Matt Fraction called "My Life as a Weapon" that I'm going to reread actually because I'm excited about this.
Well, I think what is cool, what you just brought up, is when I watched the footage of like the trailer, you could see an outline of a teenage sized girl with a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
That's Kate Bishop.
That's part of the story.
Yeah, so Kate Bishop is part of the "My Life as a Weapon" storyline, and it also ties into the fact that Hawkeye is half deaf from being in all these adventures and explosions and stuff you can't really hear. So he's a great signer as well. So a lot of the comic issues by the Matt Fraction run are done completely without text bubbles. It's all visual storytelling, and it's a really great comic. I'm gonna reread it. If they lean into that storyline of like kind of being a disgruntled father figure for this other Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner is perfect for that. That's right up his fucking alley.
Yeah. I mean, I know that I was dismissive earlier, but I think it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be like
No, you don't get to like it. You have to shut your mouth.
No, I gotta
Shut-
stay.
Do you
Shut your
think
mouth.
they'll have a
You have to-
scene where his family goes, "Where's Auntie Black Widow?"
And he goes, "I killed her." There was a guy with a leather red mask, and I threw her off a cliff. No,
Where's she at, Dad?
Taylor, the internet is permanent. So now that you said on the podcast that this is meh, you're not allowed to like it when it comes out because then you're wrong. You can't do
They
it.
go back
You
and
can
they
shit
shut
on it no
down.
matter what.
The internet is etched in granite.
Yeah.
Don't ever do that again.
You got to keep doing that. I love it. I love it so much. No.
That was awful.
No, I think that
It was
you're-
for Taylor.
Yeah.
That was so bad.
I'm kind of proud of myself. I memorized the buttons. And
I just don't want to be that podcast. I just don't want to be that
Even
person.
that podcast.
With
like there's so
sound
many
effects?
sound effect podcasts that you're listening to all the time.
I just don't want to be like, what's one from Family Guy? What is it?
Oh,
Dingo and the Baby?
Dingo and the Baby.
Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
for our listeners, tweet in. Can we use sound effects or nah? Let us know.
and we do not accept no.
We'll
it
take
has
a-
to be NAH. Nah. Yeah.
Just say sound effects, yay.
sound
or-
effects or nah.
Yeah. So like sound
Doesn't really
effects,
answer.
yes. Sound
Just
effects,
tweet at
nah.
us, yes or no.
Yeah,
Don't give us the
whatever.
context, just yes or no.
All right, cool. So next up on our list is, I mean, I did say Multiverse of Madness is like my top notch, but this is pretty close to equal playing field with that, which is the fourth installment of a film for a Marvel franchise or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
But Thor, Love, and Thunder for November 5th, 2021.
Tell us about it.
Tell us about it. Well, it stars Thor, Chris Hemsworth, and
That guy?
it's directed by Taika Waititi.
Oh, not me excited. Tell me more about it.
And apparently, Jane Foster picks up the hammer at some point,
Yeah.
and they get their Love and Thunder on.
They do, apparently. And also there's a rumor that what's her name from
'Cause they-
the Valkyrie? The Valkyrie. From
Oh
last
yeah,
one?
she finds her queen.
She finds her queen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was she announced that on the stage. That was pretty cool.
Boo, women in Marvel movies. Boo. Idiots.
I don't know. Like I get like Jane Foster's like awesome, but like what makes her worthy?
That she had to put up with Marvel movies for like.
Is it just a gimmick that like they could have found another one?
No, it's from the comic books.
It's from the
Is it?
comic.
Okay.
Jason
Yeah.
Aaron, the Mighty Thor.
So-
because the
2013.
character that portrayed Jane in the like number one, she like she kind of like was a dick in the second movie, and then like dumped Thor.
Natalie Portman was not happy to be in the second movie.
I know exactly. So what makes her worthy?
No. What?
A worthy person would have stayed.
Apparently,
the entire time.
Taika Waititi met with her and told her that, hey, I want to make a fourth Thor movie, and I want it to be about Jane Foster becoming Thor, and I want you to be her. And she's like, fuck it, I'm back in.
Oh, of course she is because she's becoming Thor.
No, because it's Taika Waititi. Because
He's also
and
awesome.
She saw Thor Ragnarok, and
he
knows
also
the writing.
seems like a cool guy to hang out.
Oh,
with.
he definitely does.
Yeah, like I would like
Hey,
love
man.
being in his movie.
He had matching. That was good.
Hey man,
He had matching pineapple romper. Like it was amazing.
Yeah.
he had a
I'm made
male
of
romper.
rocks.
And he told her that, and she's like, "Fuck it, I'm in." And apparently, that's the reason why she did voiceover work for Endgame.
Oh.
Was that they used a stunt double, and they used a lot of her like photography from Thor: The Dark World
Yeah.
to get that scene done, and obviously they own that. But she was like, "Fuck it, I gotta be more of a team player." So she went to the Endgame like premiere, and she dressed up and did her shit and talked about how much she loved being.
she
part
had
of
to
the-
be a team player. To go to
Love being
premiere.
part of the
That's
Marvel
funny.
family, you know, because she was not happy about Thor 2. She didn't like the director they chose. She didn't like the direction the character was in. That's why the character's in a coma like the whole movie, so that she could just be not in every scene.
Yeah.
And you gotta say, well, I mean, one thing, like we've talked about a lot of great actor and actresses.
Don't
Or
get
just
me wrong,
great
Natalie
actors
Portman's
that are gonna-
awesome.
She's incredible.
That's what I was about to say. is
She's
that
amazing.
She's incredible. She's been
She
in a
does
lot
a
of
great
great
master.
roles.
She's
so-
on Masterclass and all that stuff.
She has every reason to be like dismissive of this studio system. Honestly, she has every reason to be dismissive and to be judgmental and to have her own opinions. I really do believe that. But
I think she realized
I
that this
don't,
is going to be great.
I
content.
don't think Thor is going to be in this very much. I really
Oh, yeah?
don't. I really don't.
We'll see.
Chris Hemsworth is so busy. He's doing so many things now. I don't think he's going to be in this very much. I
Well,
don't think they
it's
want to.
gonna-
They don't want to overshadow Natalie Portman's, Thor with the original Thor. They want to let people like really absorb that.
Well, love.
I mean,
love is one of the
well,
words in the title, so I assume that there's going to be a romantic component to it.
Yeah, maybe
but
with
my
Valkyrie.
question is like in the canon,
Yeah, maybe.
like the hammer's not there anymore.
They'll solve it with.
yeah.
I'm sure they'll solve
with
it, but you gotta
plot.
One of the reasons why I think she may have been worthy was that at the time in the comic books, she was battling cancer. And so it was kind of like and this is more of the old school version of Thor, where it's like once you get the power of Thor, you are like transformed into Thor.
Kind of like the mask in the mask.
yeah, exactly.
That's a question. Did Steve Rogers have more power fighting Thanos when he picked up the hammer?
Of course he did.
He got
But
more.
wait, no. The bigger question is: so is Marvel going to give Natalie Portman cancer?
I don't know. I laughed at that. I'm sorry for laughing, but I did laugh.
I'm asking.
No, I
mean,
think-
it's half serious. It's like serious comment.
I think that there's a lot of opportunity to do that because obviously she's been working on this like high power physics kind of stuff. Like that's where her character is
Oh, like
apparently been for a
radiation
while.
poisoning?
And so it's like radiation. She got cancer.
Or do you think they're just going to make her like worthy?
I mean, if they take the story deep into that turn, like where she gets sick and
I don't know. It's
there's a lot of ways they could
He
go.
took the Ragnarok story and made it Ragnarok. It's
yeah, but
nothing-
Taika
it's
Waititi
nothing like-
also I think he has a real gift for doing, which he didn't do much in the last Thor movie, but in Hunt for the Wilder People, incredible balance between the kind of like very serious tone and the very lightheartedness. Obviously did we all see Hunt for the Wilder People?
I did. I begged Max to watch it when we lived together.
Wait, that's the one where they're?
It's like the adopted kid.
Yes, I did watch that. Yeah.
Yeah.
When?
Yeah. I watched it. Me and Jay watched it.
You dickhead.
It was great.
Without you.
Yeah, what an
He's
asshole.
like, and he ends up like he's really upset, and then he starts loving his stepmom.
Was there popcorn left over?
She died. I don't ever eat popcorn.
Well, because if there was, that would be
usually
my
just drink.
popcorn.
Yeah.
Like the time
I
we went
drink
into
and
the
I know
theater and
things.
snuck in Tall Boys.
Sick.
Yeah,
That was recently. That's like not that
Who did
long.
that?
We
me and
did.
Taylor. Yeah,
What'd you go see?
With you. We went to go see. Didn't we get you a beer?
Oh no, I had a cold.
Oh, yeah, right.
I think I caught your cold.
Maybe I got your brother a
Yeah,
drink.
I did.
Yeah, we got to stop making out at the movies.
Yeah. Well, you weren't even sitting together.
There's a
which is
picture.
weird.
There's a picture on my Instagram of me and Lex holding hands at the movies.
Yeah, Guardians 1.
Yeah, a long time ago
When
now.
we first started working together, I was working in Ohio, and I came and I caught a flight, landed just in time to see Guardians with him at the IMAX in the city, and that set the whole tradition. We go see
remember.
every Marvel movie at the IMAX. So if you live in New York and you listen to this, and you go to the IMAX Marvel premieres, you might see us.
IMAX on 68th.
And
Lincoln Lowe's 13.
If you know us and you want to like shout out at us, we prefer you say, "Sit the fuck down, dickhead," and we will respond in kind.
That reminds me of that great tweet where the guy's at the library and there I did. Library. He's at the library and someone starts talking out loud and he says, "Shut the fuck up." And then everyone in the library starts clapping. And then he told everyone else to shut the fuck up also.
That's a really good tweet.
You know.
You ever see the tweet about the guy who said that I remember there was a story about a guy who was begging his friend to come to the local bar after he came back to visit family. And he'd been out of town for like 13 years. And he came home and he's like, "Come to this bar." And he's like, no, that bar blacklisted me 13 years ago. And he walks in. The first thing he hears is, "Get the fuck out of here, Dennis." And they remembered.
13 years. Now it's funny.
Yeah.
I'm playing it in my head. Like, that would be a funny situation.
Because I was
you
kicked-
remembered 13 years
I was
later.
kicked out of a bar and my twin brother went and they almost kicked him out. And then he made friends with the bartender and now I'm allowed back in that bar.
What bar is it?
It's called the Leaky Lifeboat.
Okay, I
in
thought it was
Long
the
Island.
one bar in your hometown that we went to a bunch.
Oh, the dog?
The Dog, yeah.
No one gets kicked out of that bar
That was the first bar I went to.
in New York.
With you in your hometown. I can see why nobody gets kicked
No
out.
one gets. There's no repercussions for your behavior at that bar. Everyone gets a free pass at the dog.
Do you have an abbreviation for Lindenhurst? You call it the Hearst or something like that?
Lindy.
Lindy? You call it Lindy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
What do you call Melville there, Taylor?
We call it Melville.
Okay, so
Sounds really fucking boring, there, nerd.
Guess what? It is.
so from
Nerd.
from a story perspective, Thor: Love and Thunder. From what I'm hearing from you guys, is
He gets kicked out of a bar.
Yeah, we're. It's less.
a big part of it.
It's less focused on Chris Hemsworth, but clearly he's going to be in the movie.
Maybe. We'll see.
And
He might only be in it for like 5 minutes or 15
no
minutes.
way.
My girlfriend is so scared that he only has a bit part in it. And she said she's not going to like it.
Do you think he's going to be ripped
Think he's going to have abs, like Marvel abs?
at Marvel?
like he lost his weight.
I don't think he ever had the weight.
No.
I think Chris Hemsworth had
No, he never gained the weight. It was
Yeah,
a fat
No,
suit.
it was a fat suit. But I'm saying like the character.
Like, is Thor going to lose the weight?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
No.
he will.
I think he will.
No, because I don't think they're going to do anything to make you think that Jane Foster isn't a worthy successor. They are never going to try to overshadow Jane Foster. So in any way that they can kind of diminish Thor, I think they will do.
So you think that she's going to swap out for Chris Hemsworth going forward?
Absolutely. He's too expensive now.
No, I don't agree. I don't
Dude,
think
he's
so.
too expensive.
She's not that cheap either. So
Yeah,
Jason, Natalie Portman?
Natalie
What has she
Portman.
done? What has she done besides Annihilation, which made no money? Annihilation made no money.
She has
That should have been
a-
my
she
rant
has a
last
very-
week.
first of all, I just want to
She
say
has-
something right now.
It's a
I
great
want
movie.
this to be on record. I fucking hated Annihilation.
Did
I
you
think,
really?
I think it was so stupid, so trite, so up its ass about like it being
My DNA
significant.
is mixing.
Did you, I,
Yeah.
wait, I
It
didn't see
doesn't-
it. Spoiler alert, I didn't see it. I want to
Okay.
watch it.
Well, you should watch it.
did
You just
like-
said it was a great movie.
No, but I heard
You
really
caught
good
him
things.
lying. We caught you lying.
You hypocrite.
Yeah, caught me.
No, but Natalie,
But,
Natalie
like,
Portman
it's the director
is.
of Ex Machina. I thought it'd be great. It's
No,
Natalie
yeah, me
Portman.
too. I thought
Tessa
so, too.
Thompson's in it, right?
yes.
Did they make out in that movie?
No.
That's
It's
what
weird.
you're right. It's a shitty
definitely-
movie.
It's weird.
You're right. That movie sucks.
But Natalie Portman's a very, very tenured actor, so she can definitely
Act-
demand prices. She can do all that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I bet they said you're gonna be Thor, and she was like, "Fuck
Sold.
yeah, fuck yeah." And Taika Waititi, because she didn't get that
Who
director.
wouldn't be fuck yeah when they said you're going to be Thor?
Robert Downey Jr. He's done.
RDJ. would probably
Yeah, Robert Downey
say
Jr.
no.
Chris Hemsworth would be like, "I'm done." I mean, Chris Evans. I'm sorry.
You know what I mean. Any new person
They're
for
done.
the role, new person. Although Chris Hemsworth's brother would probably still take.
Let
the
me
role.
ask you: if they weren't doing Natalie Portman as the mighty Thor, would you want them to still make a fourth Thor, or do you think that he's done?
Wait,
This was a big argument with my girlfriend. So I'll just have you know. Would you want them to keep doing Thor movies, or would you rather them have just capped it off?
Well, the thing is, going into this conversation, I assumed that Chris Hemsworth was going to play a bigger part. But the more we talk, I'm like, okay, maybe they are leaning more towards.
Honestly, that's him saying that. I don't agree. I think that he's going to be.
I'm just saying, be prepared for the possibility.
I think.
I
think the handing,
he might be in it the whole movie, but I don't know.
But the handing for me as like a story arc thing, the handing of the Thor mantle doesn't happen towards the end.
Well, he's always Thor. Like, it's complicated because she's worthy. In the comic books, there's kind of like a gray area in the newer comic books.
Clearly, multiple people can be worthy.
Beta Ray Bill has his own hammer.
Yeah.
If they introduce
speaking of which, if they bring him in somehow, if they do Beta Ray Bill, I have my fucking ticket because I just want to see what that motherfucker looks like in real.
Your ticket anyway. You're going anyway. Don't lie.
But Thor doesn't need the hammer anymore. He's got the axe.
Well, that's Stormbringer, and Stormbringer is
Stormbreaker, to be a big nerd about it.
Yeah. Stormbreaker is Beta Ray Bill's thing, which Odin makes for him because
Does Thor retire and just give his Stormbreaker to Beta Ray?
No. What happens is that in the comics, Beta Ray Bill realizes he's one of the few people that can lift Thor's hammer.
Well, he doesn't realize it.
No, well, he knows in a fight with Thor, he picks up the hammer and fights him with it.
And that's when everyone stops and
Thor's
goes,
like, this is not fucking possible. And so then they make, they punch for a bit, then they're mates. Is like what they always say. Like, they punch for a bit, then they're mates. Or they're buddies and they fight.
I know who says that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I know. They fight for a bit and they're friends. And then, then Odin's like, oh, you must truly be worthy. You're a good soul. Let me make you your own hammer so you can go and spread good things in the world and everything. And he probably got his own comic book run because it's the 80s and 90s and everyone got their own comic book run. And they gave him Stormbreaker. And then you also have Thunderstrike, who's another like Thor ripoff. He's
a 90s
ponytail Thor. Yeah, ponytail Thor.
Ridiculous
man bun Thor. Fucking asshole. He probably hangs out here in fucking Bed-Stuy. Fucking asshole. Fucking taking up the line at the fucking bagel place. Like, does that have soy milk or almond milk? Like, get the fuck out of the line, idiot. Thunderstrike. Get out of here.
The modern version of Thunderstrike would not be a character that I'd
No. The modern version of Thunderstrike literally is at my bagel place.
Yeah.
I see him every week.
So the question is, are you excited for Thor: Love and Thunder?
Super excited.
I'm excited for the love.
Now
I don't know how excited I am for the
confused
thunder.
myself. Listening to you guys, I don't know what the story is going to be in any shape or form.
What do you think the story will be?
No, we don't. We're not supposed to know. It's 2 years from now.
Yeah.
I think that
2 years.
I think that Thor will be Thor, and then the latter half of the movie, something will happen.
I thought I knew all about Ragnarok.
He'll hand off the mantle to Jane.
I thought I knew all about Ragnarok, and then they
he'll-
made that movie, and I was like, "Holy fuck! I have no clue what the fuck this."
He'll be
movie
getting
is.
his ass kicked, an axe in his chest, and somebody from left field picks up the hammer and saves his ass.
No, you know what I think it is?
Thank you, Captain.
I think he takes the hammer in the first act.
Was Captain able to pick up the hammer in Ultron? He just didn't do it.
Yes, because Thor says, "I knew it."
No, yeah, because when Captain back in Age of Ultron, when they're all trying out the hammer, Captain moves the hammer.
Yes, he does.
Which means he probably could have picked it up, but he just did not.
Well, that's
He knew he could the whole time because he knew how to grab it. He knew how to hold it.
He's such a good
And
soul.
not only did he hold it, he did a run, swirl, and uppercut to Thanos with perfect precision. And Thor goes, I knew it.
Yeah.
Which means that he knew Homeboy was good. It's kind of like when you're... Never mind, I'm not saying that online. I'm not saying that in the air.
Yeah. Well,
It's like when you know your friend's a good fuck and then they fuck some girl and she tells you he's a good fuck and you're like, oh yeah.
I knew it.
I knew it. I knew that guy knew how to lay pipe.
Why were you afraid to say that on the air? It's
I wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder. Or like I hear it's like I knew.
Too bad you said it.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those things that are like on the list of things that Marvel wants you to forget almost. Like, oh, wait, was Cap worthy when he tried to
No,
lift
they
the
want you to
hammer?
remember the Russo brothers doubled down on Age of Ultron. They really did. Age of Ultron is kind of the redheaded stepchild of the Marvel Universe. And the Russo brothers pulled in a lot of quotes from Age of Ultron. They pulled in a lot of character development from Age of Ultron. The whole argument, the conflict that Tony, with the whole bent that Tony goes on about how do we plan on defeating that and Cap says together, that's from Age of Ultron. The whole thing that he freaks out about in Endgame, that's from that movie. The same thing with them doubling down on Thor the Dark World. They are not, Marvel is not embarrassed of their financial failures because they know that box office is not written in stone and that audiences will keep rewatching these films as a compendium, similarly to how people watch.
Did Ultron fail?
No, it did.
No.
It didn't do as well.
It
as
didn't
they,
make billions.
It didn't do as well as they thought it would. As
But
an
it
Avengers
still did
sequel.
well for a
and
movie.
critically, it didn't do as well as they wanted. Thor: The Dark World also
didn't
do as well as it could have done. Like Ragnarok did better than Thor: The Dark
It got a
World.
B plus.
Yeah, it got a B plus. And basically, what I'm saying is that they know that nerds like us are going to rewatch it, and they know that people are going to raise kids.
We're
and
going to talk about it on a podcast in 2019.
and make their kids watch it, and it's going to be immortalized as just as good. The only movie that will stand the test time as not being as good as I thought it was going to be is Ghostbusters 2. That's the only movie that's going to get hated.
Man, I'm going to
throughout
miss
history.
him.
It's not even Ghostbusters 2. Oh, no. I'm sorry. You are talking about the second Ghostbusters. I thought you were talking about the reboot. But Ghostbusters 2, you know. Your
We should
love
have- we
is
should-
lifting me high. Come on, that's great.
Yeah, it's fun to listen at Bordy Barn.
It's fun. It's
To
fun.
listen at Bordy Barn, not to watch them. We should have a Ghostbusters episode.
Oh my God, that's done. That's canon. We are
You've only
doing
seen the
that.
first one, right?
No,
Okay, we should do a Ghostbusters episode where you watch like 1, 2, Real Ghostbusters, Extreme Ghostbusters, and the new movie, and then you can talk to
Okay,
us.
that's fine.
Skipping
Cool,
Extreme
cool.
Ghostbusters.
Okay,
You're
okay.
watching the
Extreme
real
Ghostbusters is my fucking childhood. I,
know.
don't want to hear that shit.
All right,
This
so-
goes back to X-Men. Was it X-Men?
Evolution.
Evolution.
It's
That was
amazing.
your thing.
Rewatch
And
it.
I was
It's
the
really
original.
good. Yeah, but rewatch it. It's good. It's really good. People like
X-Men
are-
Evolution was great.
Yeah, it's really good.
You youngins. And
no, but it's
your
good.
bullshit.
No, 90s
half-ass
X-Men.
second
90s
verse.
X-Men is good. The only thing that's bad about it
90s
is
X-Men is incredible.
No, but the voice acting is terrible.
Marvel Phase 4 Comic-Con panel overall 10 property new things.
What do we rate it out of 5? What do we
Out of
rate it?
5?
What do we rate it?
Why would you? If it's out of 10, we should do out of
No,
10.
Out
let's
of
do out of
10.
5. Out of 5 makes you more skeptical because a point means less.
Okay.
I mean, a
means
point
more, I'm
means
sorry.
more.
Yes,
yeah.
okay.
Oh, I'd say, can I do points though?
Yeah.
4.5.
Same. That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking. I couldn't give it a 4. That's just too.
I'm putting 3.5.
All right.
I was really. They announced a lot of these dates years ago. They could have put so much more interesting stuff. We knew about all the Disney Plus stuff before it happened. We knew.
We did.
If
That's
you
true.
if you follow the Hollywood news cycle, you knew about all the Disney Plus stuff, which is the most exciting stuff. The movies they announced were not exciting enough to justify. They didn't go into deep enough detail.
Well, we got
Blade,
Thor.
Blade is Phase 5. You know?
Taylor, we're just Marvel fanboys, man.
Yeah,
Whatever
we're
they
just-
make,
No,
we soak it up.
No, you know what it is?
Nom, 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 nom.
Oh, you like that, huh? You like that.
Yeah.
It
No,
happened again. It'll once a podcast. It happens.
Once a podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. What about this stuff that
We should do a
wasn't-
mashup, Max. Will
You make
do-
a good-
Will
you
you
make a
edit?
good point.
Will you edit the no moments into one podcast?
It'll
Into
eventually be
into
a
one
song.
like a YouTube thing. Like no, just take like those 10-second intervals from every episode and do like these are the first 12 nums and etc.
Could you imagine if I did num 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 for 10 whole seconds? That'd be wild.
Do it right now.
It's a long time.
I dare
num 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 num. That's ridiculous.
He'd be a great voice actor though, because he'd be like ah. He'd do like all the
Taylor
different-
has a future in voice acting.
Yeah.
You'd be great.
Oh, this podcast
No,
is
especially-
this podcast is my springboard into my actual
Especially for
career.
video games. Like you do really well. Like,
Oh, thank
like,
you.
Like pretend I shot you.
Did you hear that?
Ready,
Chris?
Bam! No, like for real.
I can't. No.
Bam!
You put me on the spot here. I've never died before, so I don't really know exactly what you do in that
Hey,
situation.
pretend that I'm choking you. Ready, and
I have sleep apnea, so I choke a lot. So
God, you guys did well.
yeah. Okay. I want to get into the
Okay,
phase 5 shit.
so Marvel Phase 4 overall, we're pretty excited. Lex had to get a point on 3.5. Me and Taylor are fanboys.
I'm gonna feel
4.5.
differently when I see the movies. But as for the announcements, I feel like I was expecting more because I knew they got Fantastic Four and X-Men, and that wasn't the thing.
So what we wanted to talk about is they also Kevin Feige at the end also released some stuff where he was like, we couldn't talk about it, not enough time. Black Panther 2, Fantastic Four, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and Captain Marvel 2.
And this is where I jump in right now and say,
Jump
of
in, my
all of
friend.
the properties that are on there, are that the only one that's not a sequel, and the only one that I'm actually super duper excited for is Fantastic Four, because
Oh, I thought you
You
wanted to do watch Powerpuff Girls.
yeah, powerful. That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Where'd that come from?
No, but Fantastic Four, I think I mean, come on.
They teased it in Spider-Man with the signs in the background.
I'm just upset that
1, 2, 3, 4, and the question
No,
mark.
it said
Yeah,
1, 2,
that
3
was- that
coming
was a-
soon. It said 1, 2, 3 coming soon.
That
Okay.
was
There's
that
no
was-
4.
There was a very
No, like not 4, but there's a question mark.
That was a very subtle kind of reference. I don't know if that means a thing. Like, if that's a reference, it's a very weak one.
No Thunderbolts really disappointed me because I really believed that guy. I really thought Thunderbolts was going to be a thing.
Yeah, that would have been good. But that could be later.
I mean, with Marvel,
the problem is
never
that,
second guess Marvel because they'll always do it.
I think the problem there is that Marvel doesn't have a big enough rogues gallery to borrow the Batman parlance. That there isn't just like a good stock of like villains waiting and ready to go. And that's the same problem with the Sinister Six from Spider-Man. It's just like everyone's like, okay, did they hint? A friend of mine asked me, he's like, you saw the movie. Did they hint at Sinister Six coming up in the next movie? And I was just like, no, because they've got 2 villains. And one of them, it's not enough.
It's like Vulture, Mysterio, maybe Shocker, maybe Scorpion.
Maybe Scorpion, but we haven't actually seen Scorpion as Scorpion. So
maybe Hydro Man as a real person.
Yeah, but that's the thing is that like we haven't introduced him. Like the reason why he became such a cool, like the Sinister Six was such a cool thing in the Spider-Man comics because suddenly all of his villains.
Yeah, but we've been wrong
together.
Before about how fast they can get us to buy into certain concepts. We've been wrong before. We thought
but I just feel like it's going to become an issue like the same way they did with the Suicide Squad, where it's like, okay, we're introducing a ton
because
of
nobody
these
cares and the actors didn't care. But there have been times where we're like, we're not getting fucking Infinity War yet. We're not getting fucking Age of Ultron yet. We're not getting the Infinity Gauntlet yet. We're not getting Thanos yet. Like we thought. There were so many times where even Civil War, I swore to my cousins at some party that they would never do Civil War because it's too complicated, too interconnected, too many characters. They would never get it, and we did get it. And
the solution was to make it a much more
family
simple,
dynamic. Yeah. But I'm saying like we might get a simpler version of the Sinister Six.
Yeah, but it's got to have 6 people in it, or you can't call it the Sinister Six.
Yeah, we will get it. We're 4 people out of the way there.
Yeah.
So this is in regards to Fantastic Four.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Let's go back to my gushing time. This is the time I was let it
So the unknown release dates. Taylor was talking about. He was really excited for Fantastic Four.
Yes, and the reason why I'm excited for Fantastic Four is one. I think the Fantastic Four, obviously, everyone agrees, the first family of Marvel Comics, incredible, but introduces my boy. Dr. Doom.
What if they said in their press conference, we're doing the Fantastic Four and the villain's going to be Mole Man, no Dr. Doom?
They've introduced Dr. Doom every time because he's such a staple.
Yeah, but
villain
maybe
for
Marvel
the
might
four,
take Marvel might take the lesson saying, no, he's sequel material. He's not.
Because I think he is. I mean, like don't get me wrong. Marvel can do a great job with Dr. Doom. I don't think they don't. Remember, we're fanboys. I think they'll do a great job with Dr. Doom.
Yeah, I think they can.
But every fucking Fantastic Four movie has been Dr. Doom. Can they do something else instead?
They did Silver Surfer and Galactus.
He's also like,
but he's still that was a sequel. That was a sequel, not the introductory movie.
This comes from Doom fan numero.
I love Dr. Doom. Every shit you send me on Dr. Doom is fucking awesome.
Yeah, but the thing is that
he kills Thanos at one point. It's crazy.
He does. Yeah. He does. He is basically a god at the time, but the point being. He is someone who it's a complicated character. There's a lot that goes into it. He's the ruler of a country. He's got all
Latveria?
Latveria, yes.
That's the one.
He has magical powers. He's also basically as smart as Reed Richards and Iron Man and all those people. So he is a rival to Doctor Strange when it comes to mystical arts. He's a rival to Reed Richards and Tony Stark as it came from a technical prowess. And he's also the ruler of a country, and everyone in that country adores him. And he's a villain. And you hear those things, you're like, wow, no, he sounds like a great guy, but it's like, eh. But most of the things that he does are for good reasons. So how they do that
it's kind of a Killmonger situation where it's like, you want to do him, but you don't want to kill him in the first movie. I mean,
Doom can't die.
You want to create him, but you don't want to. You don't want him to be the main lead for anything. If I'm doing Fantastic Four, and I think there's a trilogy here, I think Doom is your villain for the second film.
I agree.
Victor Von Doom could be in your first film.
Marvel's gonna
do someone like the Mole Man, or you do someone like Dragon Man, or you do something like a Nihilus, in the first film. And then you do, or Nihilus, and then you do Doctor Doom in the second one because he knows all their weaknesses and he's playing on them, and they're really fully developed as characters, and he's just the mastermind and the onslaught at the same time. And then you go and do the third film, and you have a redemption arc for him. You have Galactus. You have the idea of like a world ender, right? And what is Doom's worth? What is his mettle as a man?
Doom doesn't take over Galactus because he wants to save the world. He does it because he wants the power of Galactus, and he takes it.
But I'm saying that
awesome.
He will settle for saving.
Such a badass.
He will save Latveria if it means saving the world.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well,
Which
also
I think is really interesting.
he will
save one country if it means saving the world.
It's going to be like
reflection on his ego.
Who took over Sokovia and renamed it when they were in turmoil?
Wait, we're talking over each other. So let's restart that conversation.
What were you saying though? But that's what I want to
so
jump
third
off
one
of.
is that Doctor Doom saves the human race indirectly because he's saving his own livelihood.
Yeah. So
And I agree with you, by the way.
And helps.
I like that story arc.
And the idea of him being I love the thing about Doctor Doom, Magneto, Loki being kind of reluctant heroes in certain situations because it's such a humanitarian story where it's like even at the worst of motives, you can do things that are for the greater good, and it shows that people who are against their greater good sometimes they're doing it for reasons that are very relatable.
Yeah, so that's what I want to jump off on is that I think that what separates Doctor Doom from a lot of other villains is the fact that his motives are all good motives.
And he has a big shiny metal face.
Yeah, he does. But he really wants to. So like his primary motivation early on is basically saving his mother from hell. Mephisto stole his mother's soul, and
that's a weak storyline.
It's a huge part of the character.
It's an amazing character. It's so weak.
All right, whatever. Point being that, he wants to do that. And then there's this next motivation where he realizes that he basically gains the ability to look at all possible future timelines. He gains the ability to look at, all future timelines to see whether or not, like, what happens. And he discovers that there is only one timeline in which the world is prosperous and happy and utopian, and that is one where he's in control, to the point where Bast, the god of Wakanda, the creator of the Black Panther, who's defending all of the vibranium in the world in this, cave, he walks in there. Doom goes, this is the truth. This is what I'm here for. I'm here to save the world, basically. And Bast goes, yeah, you're right. Go ahead. Like, that's amazing. Like, it's a villain.
He's the villain that is also the chosen one. He's the Messiah.
Right, exactly.
So if
he saves the Marvel Universe more than most people.
Many times.
Many times.
To wrap up Fantastic Four, if they could do Doctor Doom the right way, not the four. Who gives
I don't want to see it if they can't.
If they do Doctor Doom the right way, this will be the greatest property they've ever released.
Yeah. And Leonardo DiCaprio will be Doctor Doom.
Or John Hamm. I heard about John Hamm.
That'd be good. Yeah.
All right, there you go. Two guys. All right, and there's other movies. There's
that's the most podcast thing. Yeah, there you go. You're both right. Whatever.
Yeah. Black Panther 2, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Captain Marvel 2. Probably great sequels.
I'm more excited for Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
There's more stuff that can happen.
I'm so fucking happy they brought back James Gunn. I'm so fucking happy. I was so mad that they might even try to do another one without him. It's so stupid.
Because of some of the
those characters are his characters. It's not even the same characters that were created, 40 years ago.
Yeah.
They're his characters.
What's
if
like
you do a Guardians of the Galaxy movie without James Gunn, you're a fucking idiot.
Well, the actors kind of sort of boycotted it in a way.
Yeah. And then you're gonna have fucking Dave Bautista just pissed off on set, covered in 4 tons of makeup. No one wants that.
Yeah, and Dave Bautista, I think, was one of the instigators of the whole thing. Where he's just like, I'm not doing
Dave
it.
Dave Bautista he's amazing.
No, so what I think we should do to wrap up Comic-Con, because we're not Marvel shills, is we should talk about one non-Marvel thing we're really excited about to give it kind of that exposure.
Yeah, Lex, you're right. I mean, Marvel was just, they took up a huge portion, so we talked a lot about it. But one thing I wanted to talk about is Tom Cruise and the new Top Gun, or the Maverick trailer.
Maverick,
yeah. That looked fucking Awesome.
Did everyone see it? Taylor, you see it?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah,
see
it's
Top Gun?
amazing. Of course, I've seen Top Gun.
So what do you think?
What do I think about the trailer?
Yeah.
I think that it looks really amazing.
Was that a real jet?
Actually, that's what I was going to say.
Okay, yeah.
I think it looks like Tom Cruise might actually be flying this fucking thing, which is really impressive, or at least he's in a real jet. But the thing that made me kind of take pause was his interaction with Ed Harris, and so there was a lot of kind of like Ed Harris kind of monologues for a minute, and it's just like, well, why didn't you do this? You know, all of these kind of like whatever comments.
You could be a general by now.
Yeah, exactly. And that part sounds really good. And it sets up Tom Cruise to have this like great comeback. And both of the lines were kind of weak. So I don't know whether
I will not give that order.
My thing is, when this movie does come out, I know a very well licensed Marines pilot who is licensed to pilot these type of aircraft. And I will dial him the fuck into this podcast.
He flies F-16s?
Yeah, he's licensed for everything.
He's licensed for the aircrafts that George Lazar saw.
Yeah, so like right now he's flying Ospreys.
No, he's flying alien aircraft.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how it works, but he knows how to fly it.
Yeah.
But we will
we
dial.
get enough scientists in a room and they might not know how
They
it
know how to
works,
turn it
but-
on. They don't know how it works.
we will dial him in because he will definitely see this movie and get his feedback on as an actual pilot.
I tried to watch the first Top Gun, and it was that stupid fucking song, My Heart Will Go On.
That's not in that movie.
What song? Not that's Titanic. No. The song is Take My Breath Away. Take My Breath Away.
My breath away.
Yeah, they play that fucking song 4
Wow,
times.
wow. Yeah, it's a little
and the
much.
third time on the elevator, I turned that fucking movie off. I said, this is just a music video.
Yeah.
This is just a music video about macho men listening to bullshit pop music.
Which is something that was criticized for even at the time.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought I was like cool because I rented it from the
Well, you
library.
are cool, but
I rented it
that's
from the
not because of
library.
this.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Okay,
No,
so
but
Top Gun.
yeah. So Taylor, what are you most excited about from Comic-Con that's not a Marvel property?
Honestly, nothing. I don't remember them talking about Dune.
Terminator.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eh.
What
Like
else
the
is there?
biggest thing
I'll
that,
see it, but whatever.
The biggest things that I think I'm excited about, and correct me if I'm wrong, maybe they did talk about Dune. I think that that's going to be an incredible property, but they're, as far as I know, they didn't.
They
mention
play
it.
the It 2 trailer at
Oh,
Comic-Con?
Yeah,
did
they
they? Did they? Okay,
Yeah.
that I'm excited about. I think that's going to be great.
Did you see it? Did you watch the A2 trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
The
love.
second trailer, the Comic-Con trailer.
Yeah, I've seen both of them now, and they're incredible. They're both really great.
Yeah.
So mine's kind of a misnomer. I like the King's Man trailer that came out the week before
It's the
Comic-Con.
prequel, right?
Yeah, I thought it looked good. I'm not super excited about any of the other side stuff. Terminator Dark Fate looked okay. You know, the King's Man looked okay. My most excited thing...
Kingsman, I was actually really excited.
The Kingsman the trailer looked really good, but the trailer for Kingsman 2 looked really good too, and I heard that wasn't good.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting to see that. I can't get a copy of it on any of the streaming services, but I wasn't going to see it in theaters
'Cause no one liked it.
It was a busy summer. The thing I'm most excited about, I was just reminded, Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really fucking into it. Val Kilmer is Blunt Man, and fucking Melissa Benoit from Supergirl and Whiplash is fucking Chronic. How good is that? Like you have Jay and Silent Bob. Jay has a daughter. You have fucking Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Joe Manganiello. You have Craig Robinson. You have all these who's. You have who's the guy from Accepted? The squirrely guy that was the lead in Accepted. And
you know, actually funny. I saw him on an LIRR train the other
did
day.
you? What's his name?
Justin Long. There
Justin
it is.
Long. Thank you, in the audience.
He walked by and I was just like, holy shit, did I just see Justin Long
I saw Spike
on a
Lee on
Long
a
Island
subway.
Railroad train?
I saw Spike Lee on a subway, and I was like, "How many black people in the subway look like Spike Lee?" That I'm thinking it's not him, but it was fucking him, because it would look too much.
I mean,
like
I
him.
saw Steven Spielberg one time in the city. And
You're
I was
out of
like-
your fucking mind.
I saw him around Capco. They were filming down there.
Oh, okay. I saw Paul Giamatti.
I didn't
and
say
knew it was
anything,
him,
though.
but
I was
either way.
like, Taylor gave a vacuum to Paul Rudd one time, but whatever.
"Did you?"
I did. I made a very dumb joke.
No, I think Jay and Silent Bob reboot is my most excited thing that I saw at Comic-Con. I was gonna say the Harley Quinn animated trailer, but that shit's nothing compared to the Jay and Silent Bob reboot. I fucking love the Kevin Smith universe. I think that Clerks 2 is probably my favorite of the View Askew-universe movies. It's got fucking Chasing Amy references in it. It's got fucking what's the guy from My Name Is Earl? Jason Lee. It's got Jason Lee in it. It's got
love Jason Lee.
Every character that you could think of that's from the Jay and Silent Bob universe that you could shake a stick at, minus Will Ferrell, is in this fucking thing. The trailer looks good. Kevin Smith has really been trying to be a better director. He's on an upswing. I really do think that even if it's not a great movie, this is going to be a fucking great Kevin Smith film.
Why is he on an upswing?
Because he cares.
He cares. I was saying,
he
last
was so,
movie I know
He just
about.
seems like a good dude.
He's a
He
great
seems
dude.
He's a great dude.
He's a
I'm
great
not
dude.
saying he's
And
not.
he cares
listen,
about the
I'm a
cut.
huge
Get him
fan.
on the
He didn't-
podcast.
I'm a
he didn't-
huge fan
He
of
didn't
the
care
Red.
about the cut.
I'm a huge fan of the Red Bank trilogy. Like, I love those movies. Like
Red Bank?
That's where they took place.
Which ones?
Well, they all do, but
Clerks?
yeah, Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, they all take place in Red
Dogma,
Bank,
Jay and
New
Silent
Jersey.
Bob, yeah.
Well, Jay and Silent Bob is not considered part of that, but it's okay. This is like back in the 90s, kind of like nerddom. But the idea is that, they all kind of like were within this thing, and that was his kind of like core trilogy of movies.
Yeah,
that were
I don't
really
love his
great.
non-view askew shit. I really don't. But I'm just so excited to hear, like, when he's happy, he's healthy. He's doing good shit.
Yeah, he lost a lot of weight.
People are excited to work with him. Rosario Dawson's in it. Chris Hemsworth's in it. Like, everyone's fucking in this. Like, even if it's not good, I'm going to enjoy it because of all the callbacks. And I just feel like it was made for me.
It reminds me of kind of like that Maron guy that you really like.
Mark Maron.
Mark Maron. In the fact that it's like the comedian's comedian, like Jay and Silent Bob, or rather,
Like the nerd shit.
Kevin Smith is like this person that like people in.
Yeah, my girlfriend's like, why
Celebrities
should I
wanna
care about
work
him?
with.
Like, my girlfriend's like, why should I know who he is? And
You
I'm
think
like,
they'll make like Marvel jokes since Chris Hemsworth in it and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'm
they
sure
have
will.
a scene where
He's
Silent
written.
Bob's in an Iron Man suit.
Yeah, Kevin Smith has
Really?
written tons of
Many
comic books.
Marvel comics. He
Marvel
wrote
comics.
a Mysterio comic. He loved Spider-Man Far From Home.
So in other words, people should be excited about this.
Yeah, people. If you don't know who Jay and Silent Bob are, and you don't know who Kevin Smith is, I really encourage you to watch Clerks. It might not have aged well, but Clerks hit me in a really good place in my life where I really thought that movies and getting laid were the most important things of life. And believe it or not, the movie's about that not being the most important thing in life.
Yeah, Clerks 1's definitely his best work.
No, Clerks 2 I think is a lot better.
yeah.
I think Clerks 2 does a lot more interesting things in the filmmaking. I think it challenges what it is to be a friend, what it is to be a good person.
Entirely different. Like, this is a generational thing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, either way, I'm saying Clerks 1, you think that comic book movies and Star Wars are the most important things in the world, and you realize they're more important than getting laid, and you realize there are more important things to life than that. And that's what Clerks 1's all about. And Clerks 2 is about, leaving good impression and leaving good mark and being good to your friends. And it's really exciting. And I really think that this guy has a lot more to say about the human experience. And he's going to say it through dick and fart jokes.
Yeah, but I think we did it, guys. I think episode 2 of The Recipe is in a good place.
It's in the books.
It's in the books.
We did it.
Today we covered Tiki Drinks with Lex, Marvel Phase 4 Comic-Con panel reactions. It was mostly Marvel because Marvel has a huge piece of the pie nowadays, but there's other properties out there that we care about and we are excited for. There's a couple of topics we didn't get to cover today, but we will cover in future episodes.
Did we have any homework? The things that we said we were going to do.
We were
going to watch some movies. We were going to watch the songs my brother taught me.
Yeah, and then some of the things we wanted to talk about we didn't get to today, if you can be excited for the next episode, is Avengers Endgame box office #1 all time, which I think personally is bullshit. We can get into it later. And also the future of monster movies, Godzilla versus King Kong.
I have a lot to say about this.
Exactly. So stay tuned for episode 3, which is hosted by Taylor.
Yeah, and Taylor's going to have a surprise opening topic. And then we're also going to given this is our 3rd episode, we're picking up some steam. I think we should have a letters to the editor section where people do have comments.
Yeah.
I think that there's some stuff that people have been sending us that we want to react to. We just knew we couldn't today. We just put our first podcast up on a Monday. It is now a Wednesday. So it's going to take some time for us to get back to that. Things will get tighter as we do this more often, but
Right.
I think that Wednesday might be our first letters to the editor section.
Yeah, but As always, we are The Recipe. Follow us on at The Recipe BOYZ Boys on Twitter and Instagram.
Recipe Boys.
Exactly. And reach out with any questions or comments on upcoming episodes and topics you would like to hear. Check our website out at www.therecipe.com or therecipepodcast.com. And you can find all of our information. The website is, I said it really fast, didn't I? www.therecepepodcast.com. We have a website. So reach out to us. Tell us what you want to hear. Feedback, comments. We love it.
If you order now in the next 5 minutes, you'll get a free extra episode of therecipeboys.com.
Yeah. Streaming on iTunes podcast. Streaming on iTunes, Spotify.
You'll get a second sticky buddy.
A plethora of other platforms. Check us out on our YouTube channel. Like and subscribe and all that bullshit we have to talk about. But that is us. Thank you so much. And we'll catch you in episode 3.
Peace. Bye.